going live. Seems to be live. Hello the internet. Hello the YouTubes. Hi, good morning. How is everybody doing? Do excuse me while yet again I pop my earrings in. No, I think I want the dangly ones today. I think I want dangly earrings today. Today is a say something hat day. No, today is a 5 points to Gryffindor. No, not that. We don't say that in this house. 5 points to you if you can tell me which film today is a say something hat day comes from. Anyway, hi, good morning. Do I look as washed out in person on your screens as I do in my monitor? Because in my monitor, I seem to look grey. Good morning. We've got a few coming into the live now. If you are here live, please do put a lovely little comment in that there chat. Good morning. Am I a little pale? It's not. I think it might be because my ring light is really bright this morning. So maybe it's just that, because I don't feel pale. However, yesterday I felt bloody awful. I was really poorly yesterday. I don't know what was going on. Last night, I mean, even now, my hands are really cold. But last night, my hands were freezing. My face was bright red. It was just a nightmare. Absolute nightmare. Anyway, good morning, lovely Kirsty. Good morning to you, my darling. I've been having all sorts of things. I've been having lots of things about the thing you said. Yes, the thing you said. I have been having lots of thinks about the think that you said about the thing. I have. Yes, I have. Oh, good morning, everybody. Well, I have weighed in. I haven't written down my results yet, but we will get to that a little bit later. I need to find my board. Oh, it's there. Actually, spoiler alert, there's not a lot of amending to do this week, so that's good. You've been thunking. I did. I had a serious thunk, and yeah, it was a serious thunk I had. Not a little thunk, but a serious thunk. Good morning, Anita, my darling. Major Spanner reporting for duty. Yep. Have you watched the video yet, Nee? Is all I'm going to say. Good morning to the Major. Yeah, so if you don't know, by the way, everybody watching this, if you're watching this live, if you're watching this on the replay, if you ever hear me say Spanner or Major Spanner, it's not an insult. It's how we refer to our fantastic Spanner squad. I know that also doesn't explain anything, but our Spanner squad is what we call the moderators on this channel, over on my other channel, which is the Beauty Witchy channel, and also on Kirsty's channel. And if you don't know Kirsty, in the live stream, if you see where it says Making It Up, that is the lovely Kirsty who runs Making It Up, where she mixes beauty and makeup and beauty with a dollop of spooky. Yes. So yeah, just watched it. It was great. I'm pleased you liked it. I was worried it might be the wrong one. No, oh my god, seriously amazing. So my latest video over on the other channel, Beyond Authentic, basically has me opening up. In fact, my last two videos has me opening up to amazing gift care packages, friend mail, just amazing. Just go and watch them. They're amazing boxes from these two fabulous women in the chat, and it had me completely well up. So far in doing this channel, I have been sent some amazing friend mail, and it's been really touching. Hi, good morning to Julie. Good morning. Kirsty says notifications just come through, so we should have a few more trickling in. Fantastic. Thank you, Kirsty, for letting me know. Boxes of hugs. Oh my god, I like that. Yay, I like that. Oh god, hold on, my Instagram's not up. Why is my Instagram not up? I clicked on it. Oh, hold on. Oh, do you know what? There's been gremlins in this room overnight, because last night, one of the last things I did before going to bed was making sure. Good morning to Yaz. Oh, hang on a second, my darling. One of the things what? Oh, my keypad is doing weird things. Hold on. There we go. So yeah, one of the last things I did last night before going to sleep, going to bed, was to come in here. I did my face, did all my lotions and potions and everything. I'm out of my salicylic acid. I've got another one somewhere safe, so I'm probably not going to see that for many months. So yeah, but now so basically I do my skincare, then I go to bed. So I eat whatever I'm eating for pudding, do the loo, brush the teeth, all of that, and then I come in and do my face, and then I go in there. And the last thing I did, I was like, right, okay, I'm just going to make sure that this account is on my Beyond Authentic Health on the YouTubes, and make sure that everything's ready for the morning. And I literally just come in and click the button and go. Yeah, that didn't happen. Good morning, Renata. Lovely to see you. I've got to apologise, Renata, for Sunday. I'm so sorry. Kirsty did send me a little message saying that you'd come into the chat on Sunday, and I was like, oh, I'll say hello in a second. And then I was busy reading, and then I was like, I didn't say hello to Renata. Bums. And then I think you must have popped in and popped out. But anyway, so yeah, sorry about that, Renata. But yeah, thank you for coming in on Sunday. Thank you for coming in today. Yeah, somewhere safe like Narnia. Absolutely. So I put things somewhere safe, and they can be there for 10 years. And somewhere in the back of my head, I'll know where it is. But then when I'm looking, I'm like, oh, I can't find anything. And then I'll go randomly one day. I'll be like, oh, I just need to go and get that Model's Own lipstick. Oh, yeah, that one. And then like Ruffus will say, didn't you lose that? And I'm like, no, I always knew where it was. Yeah, that's just me. Oh, thank you, Renata. You say no need to apologise. Lovely, clear resolution today. It's because now in the back room, finally, we've worked out how to get my an Ethernet cable connected. So I now have an Ethernet enabled. I now have an Ethernet cable connected, enabled in the back room. Jesus. So I bought an Ethernet cable, right? It was only £4 in one of the local shops. They do all the, the shops that do all the gadgets, and you get your vape liquids and your rolling papers and your, knockoff OxyClean, and you get, pots and pans that last you for like 3 days, and you get screws, and they do the sort of air fresheners in scents that nobody wants. All of those shops, right? So it was one of those shops, and basically, in I went, and I was like, la 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 la, Ethernet cable. Grabbed it. I was like, yes, £4. Yes. I was like, I didn't need to order it on Amazon because it's right here in front of me. Got it. 10 meters. So I thought that's plenty long enough to go from the lounge into here. I can connect this. Not a problem. Opened it up to realize that, yeah, 2 issues arose. One, this laptop doesn't have an Ethernet socket. So that was a bit of a bugger. So I ordered from Amazon a connector, so an adapter. So it's a thing you plug into a USB, it's got an Ethernet thing on the other end, and you plug your Ethernet cable into that. Fine. So I did that, and then I was like, right, undo the cable, start unraveling it, and literally it's all knotted itself in the packaging. So I'm pulling it out, straightening out this 10 meters of Ethernet cable, which I did. Plugged one end into the router, went to get the other end, and the other end was a phone socket thing, not an Ethernet socket. So it turned out that the cable was no good. So that was a bugger. But then as I'm rattling through drawers going, I'm sure I had one somewhere. Maybe it was only a little short one that we're using in the lounge. I then found a 10-meter Ethernet cable. So that's why we're now connected. Long story short, yay, we're connected to the internet in here properly. So there's no Wi-Fi because Virgin Wi-Fi is shitey McShite. Anyway, I'm looking for some chalk. I found it. I found my chalk. Okie. Right then, so how is everybody? Kirsty, you've still never found a can of silver glitter hairspray that you bought for a dance show about 20 years ago and lost before I could use it, so I had to buy another. Do you know, I had so many things like that would happen. So many things. I know, right? I've just seen that, Anita. So technologically minded. Yeah. Renata, no baking today, but over the weekend you'll need a new loaf of bread. Oh, I love homemade bread. Like Ruffus makes some amazing gluten-free homemade bread. I don't know what's in it. I think dust and chickpeas or something. No, it's not. It's like, I don't know what it is. It's stuff. I'm about as good at I'm about as technically minded as I am recipe minded. So it's stuff. You put stuff in a thing and you heat it up and it becomes a thing. Anyway, yes, you have no idea what any of that meant, but I'm glad the cable is working. Yeah, so an Ethernet cable is an internet cable, as I now worked out. I don't know why it's called Ethernet, it's very confusing. And they've got little square thingies that you plug in, and they're the connectors, and they're specific, and it was a whole thing. It's a whole thing. I nearly had to call a man in, you know, because Ruffus, bless him, he's older than me. I know, right? Doesn't look it, but he is actually slightly older than me. And between us, we're like, do I need this? I don't know. I'll Google it. And I'm like, yeah, I'll Google it. And then you get the answer on Google, and it's like, for a 4.2% mesoscale connection, you need to erase the RAM speed of this, reverse the flow of reverse the polarity of the neutron drive, and then hit 88 miles an hour, and away you go. Warp factor 9, said Darth Vader. Brain. But yeah, so basically, yeah, I'm no good at that. The square thing is called an RJ45 connector. Yes, it is. Yes, absolutely. Yes, because before that, they tried the first RJ1 up to RJ44, and they just weren't good enough, were they, Renata? They just weren't good enough. The RJ44, I mean, it looked good. It looked phenomenal. If you remember, it had the little flippy thing. It looked absolutely amazing, but it just wasn't up to the job. I know. So glad they came out with a 45. I can't wait till next year, because there are rumours, Renata, that they might be coming out with the RJ46. They might do. You fitted thousands of Ethernet cables in your life. Cables. That's just what the word is now. It's an Ethernet cable. So there you go. Oh my God. Yeah, no, I don't know what's wrong with me today. I'm in a funny mood. I didn't get a lot of sleep. I was editing the video that went up just this morning. So I was editing that. I have been Please cables. So yeah, I was doing that. I've also had like a million ideas of things that I want to do. Do I actually remember any of them though? Hold on a second. Oh, I do. Yes, I do. I do. You've gone to an alternate reality. Help. I don't know what alternate reality you might be in, love. I can't help. I spent most of my life in alternative realities. It's much better than the one everybody else is living in. That's all I can say. Right, so that is now. Hang on. Take that. Carry the one. Oh my God, that's a Bruce Forsyth-ism. Oh no, because that would then be. Oh. I'm writing my weight loss down, because there is a loss this week. I know, right? Spoilers. Anyway, how's everybody feeling this morning? Ethernet cable. Oh, I know. The weather here is shocking today. It's really, really windy. Your bins have blown over. Our bins haven't blown over yet, but I did notice when I let the dogs out, a couple of the little, the little garden pot things, the little plasticky ones, those are actually at the front gate. And normally they're around the back of the house. So yeah, that's the thing. I am actually through this properly. I put this on today, and both arms went through both cold shoulder bits. That was really good. Kirsty, well, I said I had plans for this morning. Yeah, not happened, because I'm a dipstick and forgot to put your camera battery on charge. You're a dipstick. Yeah, that's all I'm going to say about that, Kirsty, because do you remember last night when I was saying, I've got both battery chargers here, and they're both on charge, and then I plug it in and do a thing. And you were like, I'm going to charge the batteries. And I was like, yes, do that, because I've got both batteries, and I'm going to plug it in and do a thing. See, you've got Major Spanner giving us a slap in the thingy. Beauty Rebecca, oh my God, hello my darling. You've got a 10-minute. Oh, hold on. Oh, thank you. You did a thumbs up in the chat. Get a thumbing up, everyone. That always sounds rude, doesn't it? Is it just my mind? It's probably just my mind. All right, you've now gone blue as well, my darling. I hope you're well, Becky. I really do. I'm gonna do a video run later on today. I'm filming today. I've got a couple of videos. Well, I've got one video that I've got to make. I've got a time crunch on it. So I will get that done and up. Ow, shit. Oh. And then after that, I've got a couple of other videos that I want to make today if I can. And I'm working tonight. I'm doing the mental health group tonight, so that's going to be, that's a lot better now. I've got the Ethernet cable cabled. I know, right? Now that the Ethernet is cabled, it's fine. Oh, I'm going to light a candle. Do I want to light a candle? Yes, we're going to light a candle. We're going to light it's a spiced wine candle that we've had for ages, but because we had the ratty boy in here, the poorly boy, Mr. Pinky, we couldn't have any candles in here because it affected his breathing too much. So hopefully that'll be okay with, you can't even see it. Can you see it? Is that it? Oh, you can. Hopefully that'll be okay with, oh, thank you, Becky. Yeah, I get emotional on everything. I'm just gonna say it. If you haven't watched the other video, by the way, everybody, over on the over on the Beauty and Witchy channel, which is what it's now officially called, Beauty and Witchy. Over on that channel, yeah, the last two videos I've released have been friend mails. So the lovely Anita and the lovely Kirsty, who are both in the chat, sent me some boxes over. So yeah. I might have needed to replace mascara afterwards, is all I'm saying. Yeah, it gets mushy. I know, right? Shock horror. Renata, so where are the ratties now? Well, Mr. Pinky, who was in here, passed away. He actually died last Sunday, unfortunately. Yeah, he passed. In my arms, on Rufus's shoulder. We picked him up. He sat on my heart, basically, on my chest, for as he was just about passing, and then I put him onto Rufus's shoulder, and then he basically, Rufus was in bed, put him on Rufus's shoulder, and I kind of snuggled in. I was just stroking him, and he reached out with his little paw, grabbed my finger, which was the cutest thing, and then he literally just did this. He literally just went, and then he went. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. But yeah, so there you go. Unfortunately, it happens. He was a really old boy, and he was lovely, and we miss him. But it does mean that we don't have any more poorly ones anymore. So yeah, it might be it might be, yeah, it'll be a while before we have any more poorly ones, hopefully, because the next oldest one is quite a bit younger. So yeah. Anita in the chat there saying it might be some time before Kirsty's unboxing goes live because she's not even charged the battery yet. I know, right? I know. Oh my God, Kirsty, you just have me choking on my drink. Yes, you are right. I have been a lucky girl this week with all the friend mail. I have been. It's amazing. It's beyond bonkers. So yeah, I have been very lucky. In the year 16 months that I've had the channel, I've been incredibly blessed. I really have. Okay, Becky, my darling, I will. Yes, thank you very much for the weigh-in. I'll let you know how it all goes. I might even do a TikTok after this, or an Instagram or something. I'll put something somewhere so that people don't have to the TLDR thing. That's what young people do. Yeah, I'll do that. But yeah, thank you. Have a lovely, lovely day at work, Becky. And yeah, I'm gonna do. I want to have some acrylic thing doing at some point. So I'm having to think about. We're going to rearrange all in here. So I'm going to have a little looky, and I'm going to go on your channel and have a look at your Etsy thing. You'll see us on Kirsty's live tomorrow. Don't forget, everybody, Kirsty has a live stream right here on the YouTubes called the Friday Night Natter. It's 8 p.m. UK time over on Making It Up. Some of the lovely people that are in the chat now are over on Kirsty's channel as well. So if you like a really warm, welcoming community, do please go and check that out. I'm also very honoured to be one of Kirsty's moderators over there, one of Kirsty's spanners. So yeah, thanks Becky for just mentioning that, and then it reminds me to mention it as well. So yeah, thank you everybody. Right then, I'm going to start with some face stuff, and I'm going to talk about my week. So in the chat, can we please let me know how your mental health has gone this week? I want to make it a key feature of this channel that we talk about mental health, because for those of you that don't know, when I was 16 years of age, my grandfather passed away, or I was actually just under 16. My grandfather passed away of leukemia, and I basically 6 months later had a mental breakdown. So yeah, I had the full-on can't do anything, can't go out the house, wobbles. When I say wobbles, I mean walking was like going through a swimming pool full of treacle, the way I described it. And ever since then, I have been on a varying array of antidepressants to keep my brain balanced. Now, I have no stigma in saying that because it's just something that happened. I have no stigma about saying that I'm still on antidepressants and I need them every day because, very much like my diabetes, I'm diabetic. Therefore, my ... always get it confused. I think it's spleen. It probably isn't. One of my organs, it's not the liver or the kidneys or the gallbladder, must be the spleen. What's the one they remove that you don't need? Anyway, yeah, all of that. One of my organs doesn't work properly. So therefore, my pancreas, there you go, my brain just suddenly got it. The pancreas doesn't work properly. So therefore, I have a condition called diabetes. So I take a tablet every day and it helps all of the chemicals in my body deal with the diabetes. Likewise, I have another organ in my body that doesn't work quite properly. It's called a brain. And my brain, or doesn't quite work commonly. I wouldn't even say normally, commonly. And the one in my brain, that one has a little bit of thing where it doesn't deal with serotonin very well. So I take another tablet that helps balance that out. In my mind, one tablet helps balance out and regulate one organ. Another tablet helps regulate another organ. Therefore, why do we shame this one and not this one? So yeah, do let me know in the chat. So Anita, you'll be honest, you've had a rough week. I know it's because it's Mother's Day this week and it's everywhere. It's tough for several reasons. So being a tearful week. Oh, my darling. Don't take this the wrong way, but you're kind of mother to all of us now, to me and Kirsty. And I know you're not old enough to do that. So it's not about age. It's very much about like, I mean, you can see it on all the times we have a Zoom call. Like me and Kirsty, like naughty teenagers. And you're like the mum going, okay, shut up, Lisa, let me finish. So yeah, you really are. So although you might not have kids of your own, you kind of have adopted all of us. So yeah, I do genuinely want to say thank you for everything you do on this channel and on the other channel. No, it's not that you're bossy, it's because you care. It's that phenomenal maternal energy. And, you know, I haven't got my mum in my life anymore. And I know that Kirsty hasn't either. And it can be really tough. And actually, like, having somebody in both of our lives who is there to help is really lovely. So yeah, thank you. Good morning to Mandy. Hi Lisa and everybody, good morning. Oh Julie, I'll get to your question. You asked about Ruffus. I'll get to your question in just a second. Yeah, so it is really tough, Mother's Day. If you haven't got your mum around and you haven't got kids, it is really, really tough. I totally understand. Because I get it as well. Like, I get broody, I do, and I think about how our lives could have been different, and you know what might have been. And there was a time at one point when me and Ruffus were seriously looking at having our own kids, and yeah, things didn't work out that way. Which is in the long run, which is just life, isn't it? But yeah, I do totally get what you mean, my darling. What's going on? Something's going on. Hold on, my chat's gone wibbly. Yeah, has you been okay this week? You've been okay this week until last night when you saw the news that they'd found the poor woman had gone missing. That's really hit home. That really hit you hard thinking about it. Yeah, it's so sad, isn't it? What? Not to try and make light of anything because it is tragic, but things like that happen so rarely. And generally speaking, I think people are, on the whole, most of the human race tend to want to be positive and to help one another. And so things like that obviously don't happen very often. But yeah, it is something which obviously reflect and think about and have a quiet moment and light a candle or say a prayer or whatever it is that people do. But don't let it affect you in too many ways, because the reason that we're shocked by it is because it is so rare in this country for things like that to happen. And it is very, very, very rare that you hear things like that. So yeah, do try and keep it in context. Obviously, honor the woman that passed, but yeah, do remember that it isn't an everyday occurrence. So yeah. No thanks, Kirsty. Kirsty's offering to borrow the trolls. Oh no, she's offering them to you, Anita. Yeah, she's offering you the trolls. There you go. Uh, Julie, you know what we're going through. You lost your mum 15 years ago, and it never gets easier. At this time of year, it really doesn't, does it? There's a bloody fly in here. That's something I'm going to be grateful for as well, is being able to use fly spray in here again. Yeah. It doesn't get easier. I mean, like mum is still here, literally in this room. She's sat up there. Her urn is up there, because we've not been able to do anything with it yet. So yeah, and she's been gone 6 years in April. That can't be right. 5 years in April. Yeah, it's really difficult. But the thing that I take about this time of year, right, is that spring is here, and it is something which we look forward to. It is something that you can see the sap rising, you can see the buds happening, and the new life all around us. And people passing away is kind of part of that cycle, isn't it? It's kind of what happens. It's kind of the way of the world. And I do honestly believe that if life wasn't as short and as precious as it is, then it wouldn't be short, it wouldn't be precious. You know, if we all lived until we were 300, then it wouldn't matter so much because nobody would care as much. But because we only live for, like, if you're lucky, 60, 70, 80 years, if you're really lucky, then, you know, we do suddenly sort of, you know, we do start thinking, well, Jesus, life is quite precious. So yeah, and I'm not trying to bring people down, by the way. I do think it's really important that we do honour our ancestors, whether it's your mum, your nan, your aunts, your dad, your cousin, the foster parents that brought you up, the adopted parents, or whoever, whoever you define as your family, your ancestors. That's the important one. It's not always blood. In fact, it's very rarely blood in my experience. But anyway, Kirsty, I think it was really bad to end up with you two. Oh my God, yeah, you were, absolutely. Anita, it's not your mum so much. She didn't really care about you, but your grandma, she was your light. And I sat with her on Mother's Day while she passed away, holding her hand. Oh my God, bless you, my darling. I do know what that feels like. I absolutely know what that feels like. I only had one grandma. My dad's side, we didn't know any of his family. So yeah, it is really tough. It is really, really tough. I wish I had words that would make you all feel better. The only thing I can say is try and remember the good moments. Try and celebrate the good times. It's like, believe it or not, we're going to go out either today or tomorrow, whenever we go out shopping, and I'm going to go and buy 2 Mother's Day cards. One will be a silly, childish Mother's Day card with the word mummy on it, and it will be very much like cute teddy bears or kittens or ducklings or something on it, because there always is. And I will buy another one that will be a little bit more sort of serious, and that will basically say, like, it will have roses probably on it, the standard sort of like adult Mother's Day card. And I'll also buy a bunch of freesias, and those will go in a pot, and they will go on the windowsill for my mum. And that's what I do every year. And the reason I do 2 cards is because at some point, I don't even know when, at some point in my late teenage years, I started buying her 2 cards, 2 for Christmas, 2 for Mother's Day, 2 for her birthday. Now I think it might be because my sister wasn't really that much around at those times. She was a bit absent. And so I knew that Mum would only get 1 card. So I think part of it was that, and part of it was also like this little in-joke one year about, oh, it's my mummy. And once I'd sent that was it. Every year, 2 cards, one really silly, one really kind of like heartfelt, and one really like, to my mummy, lots of love, with the U, not the U ran the wrong way, the L ran the wrong way, and all of that. So yeah, that's what I do every year. And it brings me a lot of comfort, actually, because I do believe that somewhere in the great beyond, in the Summerlands, Mum is kind of, or a part of what was Mum, because I think you come back. I think part of what was mum kind of looks down and goes, "Oh, bless," and she knows I'm thinking about her. And for me, it's a really comforting thing because it's like, oh, so yeah. But it is really, really tough. It is really tough. It is. Renata, you try. Oh, hang on. You say you try not to fool. Well, you try and fool yourself into believing you're okay, but seriously, you're not. You cannot get yourself out and about. Haven't been for over 4 weeks. Haven't been out for over 4 weeks. Extremely isolated. As a year ago, most of your support structure melted away. It's awful, isn't it? I mean, this is the awful thing with the pandemic. It's one of the reasons why we've tried to keep going online with transmission. In fact, next Monday is a year since we went online. So it's literally Monday just gone was the last time that I saw the majority, in fact, anybody from transmission in person, pretty much, which is really shocking, really, really, really shocking. A whole year, that's bonkers, isn't it? And yeah, like as much as in theory, I and the management team ran that group. I actually got a lot of support from the people there, and that was a really big part of my life. And it just ended almost overnight, so that was really tough. But yeah, I totally get what you mean, and it is really hard. Like lockdown life is really difficult for a lot of people, but also just that change in structure, isn't it? Especially if you do live by yourself. I think it must be really, really difficult for people that are living by themselves, to make that shift. But yeah. Oh wow, Mandy, you can line up the trolls under the Humber Bridge here. When Kirsty says troll, she actually means 3 kids. So yeah. Kirsty, you've been having a bit of a mare week as well. Can't be asked, feeling weary, lacking motivation, etc., etc. It's Star Week, so that's normal. And I know I'll feel better in a couple of days. Absolutely, my darling. Just again, like, know that there are a lot of people around you that love and care about you. And yeah, same to you, Renata. People do genuinely, genuinely care. And yeah, I know that it's just words, but when nobody can go out, we are all in it. Not in it together, but we're all in it. Mandy, yes, you've got a few, haven't you? Yes, Mandy's got a few trolls. You miss your mum every day. It's sad she never met your kids. I know, right? Also, your dad died, Julie, on Mother's Day 25 years ago. Oh my God, my darling, a quarter of a century. That's shocking. But again, do something nice. Like, I don't know whether he had a favourite drink or a favourite place to go. That's how I remember people. Is I try and do something in their honour. That doesn't have to be on special occasion days. It can be any time of the year, really. It really can. Renata, you're glad your elders are no more. All that horror I can put away. Absolutely. And this is what I'm saying. Like for some of us, not all family memories are always going to be good family memories. Need to saying to Julie, it's hard, isn't it? Yeah, it is. Kirsty, your eldest two were only 2 and 11 months old when your mum left, and she never got to physically meet her youngest. But I'm lucky because we have her ashes here in the main living room, so she's always among us, really. Yeah, absolutely. And even the kids will say, "Be careful, Nanny's watching." Oh, bless you. Yeah, Kirsty, look at that, bless as well. Yasa says, "Bless them, Kirsty. That's cute and means they know she's around with you." Oh, which is lovely. Yeah, absolutely. I think. Oh, thank you, Mandy. You like what I'm wearing today. Thank you very much. I don't know where it's from. I've had it for years. It very nearly ended up at a charity shop. When I lost some weight a couple of years back, it very nearly ended up in the charity shop because I was like, I don't need big sizes anymore. And then I put all the weight on, and I'm glad I didn't throw everything away. Anyway. Oh, today's coffees, because I've got 2, is both by Pact. I'm going to do my skincare before I do my makeup because I'm filming today. And I think we're going to the garden centre later as well. Which, is it ridiculous that now, like, the idea of going to a garden centre is like a treat? Like, I haven't been to a garden centre in probably 8 or 9 months. And it's like, oh my God. Yeah. So, I can't see it because my ring light's too bright, but never mind. Yeah, Anita, you're quite right. We will talk about what we've eaten this week. So I have Ruffus made last week a meatball curry thing, which he made from scratch with 5% pork, and it was so delicious. Lots of spices in it, some blitzed onion. So the onion was kind of almost like couscous consistency, like it had been absolutely blitzed down. Really, really yummy, absolutely delicious. Really spicy, but not hot, not curry like, oh, spice. It was just really flavoursome. Loved it a lot. Wow, another booking on Saturday morning, Kirsty. Yay! But again, flipping heck. But yay. So yeah, it was so delicious, the meal that we had. But then I'm just using my creams. This is from the lovely Anita in the chat there, and it's the Argiline. And I still don't know how to say it properly, whether it's a soft G or a hard G. Argiline or Argiline, or whatever. But I am going to do some research. I'm going to have a little look-see. So, but it's good for your furrows, your forehead lines and things. So yeah. So anyway, so we had that. That was really, really delicious. What else did we do this week? We did something else. There's been lots of like what I call mum cooking, which is basically like jack potato, beans, and something. So we've had that a couple of times. I tell you what I did really enjoy. We got some sirloin steak from Home Bargains. I know. £2.49. Big piece of steak, thick piece of steak. Whacked it with a rolling pin because I haven't got a tenderizer. So whacking it with a rolling pin, put it in the pan. Oh, absolutely amazing. We also had some really genuinely lovely turkey steaks this week as well. So yeah, there's been a lot of really super healthy food. I have taken too much. I've taken pictures of some of it. Hang on, let me just suck this back up into the tube. I know, right? It's completely unsanitary. Don't do that at home. But yeah, so we've had that a couple of times. Really super yummy. Mandy, eating plenty of naughties, Anita. We discovered a fabulous new bakery, Scrummy Chicken Tikka Sanis. Oh, that sounds nice. That does sound nice, actually. Neat. You're getting a tad fed up now, in all honesty. Just wish someone would put an acceptable offer in so I can chill out a bit. Absolutely. It will come. But then you're going to have the thing of like having to find somewhere yourself. And then you're going to be the one going, have a look around this house. Oh, I'm not sure. Bathroom's a bit small. Quite like the bedrooms. Oh, I'm not sure. And then go into another house and another house and another house and another house and another house until you find the right one as well. So yeah, it's kind of a full circle thing, isn't it? But anyway, so we've done that this week. We had, I think we got a Slimming World banquet. Did we have that this week? I can't remember. One day this week we had a Slimming World banquet. But we've also done the turkey joint from Iceland and the pork joint from Iceland, which we put in the slow cooker. And yeah, things like that. So we've had lots of good food this week. I've been a lot better with my snack bar things. So my benefit bars. This is a gorgeous one. Salted caramel benefit bar. Absolutely delicious. It really, really is. Oh, Renata, take care, my darling. Flannel on, dark room, as many drugs as you can possibly manage, legal ones, of course. And yeah, funny you should say that. Is it this side? Because I'm getting a whomping thump on this side. I really am. It's like, anyway, go and lie down. Be well, my darling. And hopefully I will catch you soon, either on Kirsty's live tomorrow evening or on Sunday, or maybe even back here, or even on a Monday. Who knows? But yeah, take care, my darling. Oh God, what's that? Oh, my phone. My watch is telling me to get moving. Shut up. So yeah, apologies to everybody on this channel who I keep saying I've got some videos coming. Oh, it's been a nightmare this week. So if you don't know, over on the beauty channel, the Beauty and Witchy channel, I basically have been starting to do tarot, which has been fantastic. And it's something that I've done for like 23. It's actually, do you know what? I actually sat and worked it out. It's 25 plus years. I'm even older than I thought I was. That's really bad. When you sit and work it out and go, hang on, no, because 19 isn't 22 years, is it? 19 is 25 years. Bollocks. Yeah, so basically we've been sorting that out, and Rufus has been getting all sorts of tools for something that he's working on, a little project that he's working on, which will tie into our plans for next year, which are going to stay very firmly in the MBS, mind, body, spirit kind of realm, the fairs and sort of. I'm casting. Ooh, Hollywood director, add in special effect here. I'll be so good in One Division. Could you imagine me as Agatha? Love it. Oh my god. Anyway, yes. So we haven't yet, Anita. We haven't done any willet soups. We haven't done any of the other things. Basically, we are still in the process of working on some recipes. We have got that, but willet soup is very much Rufus's baby, so we're reliant on him getting a little bit better. And for the first 2 weeks on the CPAP, he was getting better, and now he's not. So he's stepped back a little bit with his health. So that's going to happen when it happens. Just because it's his baby, and it's not something I'm going to sort of step on. That's very much, for him. Really, it's for him. So yeah, so that will happen when it happens. In terms of the other recipes and things and other cooking things, he has been going through it. So yeah, and sorting out what he wants to do recipe wise. We have been talking about a few other bits and pieces. The willet soup is going to be really interesting. Anyway, right, you got me off track. So the tarot side of things, basically that's why everything's kind of got delayed, because all of a sudden I was like, I'm just going to go back to this. I really enjoy it. I need to go back and do more tarot readings, so I'm just going to do it. So literally I pivoted the other channel, which is why everything changed around so quickly. I pivoted the other channel to be beauty and witchy kind of tarot and other bits and pieces, and then I pivoted this one very much into the health and the mental health, but I just did a slight. So basically, with all of that going on, I've had to sort out my Fiverr, sort out which is where I'm doing the tarot readings, sort out my brain. No, sort out things like having the video filmed for the ad on Fiverr, taking the pictures, all of that. I'm doing some tarot of the day, which I didn't do yesterday somehow. For some reason, it didn't go up onto the line. It didn't go up online. So yeah, I don't know quite what happened with that. It should have gone up onto Instagram, but it didn't. But anyway, so yeah, we've been sorting all of that back end stuff out, which just takes time. And unfortunately, if I'm doing anything for more than 10 minutes, my energy levels start to seep, and I start, ooh. So I need to monitor that really carefully with my fibre at the moment. It's one of the side effects of long COVID. Sorry, I really hate slurping. I've got a straw here. Man, do you find tarot really fascinating? Pop along on our live stream on a Sunday evening on Beyond Authentic. Spelt with the I is a 1. And the reason the I is a 1, by the way, is because originally the B was supposed to be in capitals, and then the I from Authentic, the 1, it was supposed to be like B1, as in B1 with everything, but that never translated. And basically, when that started on this, yeah, it just all was a thing. So yeah, so so that's why that's long story short. That's why there's been a lot less content on here happening. Now we have done some shopping hauls. I have got a full taste test actually planned. I have been scribbling away whenever we've gone to any of the shops, right, that have done these sort of open light type bars. I've basically been trying to match flavors. So I've got a taste test video coming up where I'm going to go through all of them. So the Asda ones, the Aldi ones, I don't think Lidl's do their own. No, they don't. But the Asda ones, the Lidl ones, the Asda, the Open Light, and the wherever this was from, Aldi. Yeah, Asda, Aldi, Open Light, the A's. So I'm going to go through all of those bars, and then I'm going to go through the fiber one, you know, the little cake bar things, and also the Mo Farah has got his own brand of fiber one type bars, and the fiber now, and all of those. So I'm going to basically do a comparison on, is it better to get the branded or the non-branded? What's the calorie difference? What's the flavor difference? What's the texture like? All of that. So because a big part of Slimming World, and not so much Weight Watchers, but a big part of Slimming World is about swapping out your naughty treats for these ones. And actually, is it worth it? And at the same time, I'm going to go through the whole of the skinny range as well. So that's the whipped bars, the nuggety type bars that they do, the Rocky Road bars, the Crunch bars, all of that. So over the last few weeks, basically, every time we've gone shopping, I've been trying to buy, like, oh, I'm going to get my salted caramel bars from Benefit because these spoilers, these are one of my favorites. And then I've been trying to look for non-Benefit bars, alternative brands. So yeah, right. Kirsty's put a recipe in the chat for risotto. That's really cool. It was literally a case of, ooh, open the fridge, lots of manky veg needs using, chop it all up, bung it in the slow cooker with vegetable stock and rice, leave for 4 hours on high. Yeah, absolutely. Oh, and you love the picture of you monitoring the lives in hilarious. Yeah, well, that's kind of how I see you. It is very much what's her face, Miranda from The Devil Wears Prada. That is absolutely how I see you. So almost to the point where, like, there's going to be a time, you know, where you're going to be like running 5 minutes late to a Zoom call, and we'll all be on there going, "Gird your loins," like click clack click clack click clack of heels as we're like scrabbling to get everything together. And viola, yes, voila, Kirsty. The other is a flower. Yep, and also a musical instrument. It is. Yes, I know. 8 in the chat, and the little one said, "Roll over." 6 likes. Oh, we've lost a like then, Nate. We've lost a like. We're down to 5 likes now. So if somebody could, if you could just get us back up to 6, that would be great. In fact, why not go ahead and try and get us all the way up to 9? That would be totally bonkers and amazing, and I would love you all forever if you could. Just press the little thumbs up button. Press the little button. Press it. Press it. Go ahead. Do it now. Do it now. As I'm watching, I'm going to wait until you press it. Like, press it now. Just click it. In fact, I don't even think it's working, Lee. I think that's the problem. I think the thumbs up isn't working. I've seen on some YouTube creators, they've been saying that. So if you're watching this on the live, or if you're watching this on the replay, if you could just test, do me a favor, please, and just test the thumbs up button by just giving it a little click. If it changes color, then we know it's working. And if it has, can you just let me know in the chat if it changes color for you? Because I know it's not always working. Yes, we love the fiber one bars, especially the caramel and carrot cake ones. Oh, they're so good. Where did we see them? Where did we get them? I got 3. Where was it? Where was it? Where was it? Where was it? Where were we? B&M. B&M have got the carrot cake ones in. Oh, they also do a red velvet cake as well, which is delicious. Really yummy. I don't think I've tried the caramel ones. They can be really expensive. Now, a tip. Poundland will regularly have fiber one bars in. The genuine, absolutely genuine, 100% genuine bars. So yeah, do have a little look at that, because Asda, £2.49, Poundland, £1. Yeah. So yeah, as I say, do please click that thumbs up and test that whether that is changing color. If you've already pressed it and it's changed color, then please don't press it again. You don't need to do that. But if you haven't already tested it, please do just test it and click it and let me know in the chat. I don't know why I'm pointing down there. Let me know in the chat if it's changed color. Yeah, thank you very much. Mandy, you need to find willpower. You'd be eating a box of skinny whips at a time. Now you see, that's okay. I've got my head around this, right? If you would normally eat like 2 Mars bars or a Mars bar and a packet of crisps, a box of those skinny whips is about the same calories as a Mars bar and a packet of crisps, right? So although you're not going to be losing much weight, what would fill you up more, a bag of crisps and a Mars bar or 5 of those bars? Because probably 5 of those bars. And also it's like hand to mouth, hand to mouth, hand to mouth. What I do, each bar I cut or tear into 3, and I eat them like a piece at a time. So I literally put them on the side, have them chopped into 3, and then I'll eat a little piece and go, oh, and then each piece is almost like its own little, like a little posh sweet, you know, like a chocolate sweet, like a truffly thing. It's almost like one of those, isn't it? And so then it's like, oh, it feels like I'm eating actually like proper chocolates and everything. And actually, especially if you get a couple of different flavors and you chop them up, and even like a tip that I'm even coming up with, and you can have this all for free, like after Mother's Day, if you are buying your mum some chocolates, or if you're buying your neighbour some chocolates, or yourself some chocolates, or whoever it is, somebody around you somewhere will have an empty chocolate box. Get them to keep it, whether it's a milk tray box or I can only think of milk tray, whatever it is, right? Keep the chocolate box, keep it to one side, and then get your skinny bars, chop them up into various different sizes in various different flavors, and put those in the chocolate box. And then on a night time, you can sit and watch a film and have chocolates from the chocolate box, and know that if you have, like, say it's a small chocolate box thing like that, right? You could have the whole box and it only be 3 bars, which is only, I mean, all right, that would still be 15 cents. But if that's part of your, if you, instead of having that, if you had like a hi-fi bar, if you get one of those from Iceland, a benefit bar, and one of those skinny whip bars, then these two, the hi-fi bar and this, and your benefit bar would be your healthy extra B, and then you've got 5 sins for your whip bar. Chop that up, put all of those together in the chocolatey box thing, make it like a little treat sample. I'm going to do this, you know. I am fucking doing this. I am doing this. This is what I'm going to do, because I think that is a really good idea that I just invented myself. That's a good tip. I am going to do this, especially because at the moment in places like Poundland and B&M and Home Bargains, they've got the small boxes of chocolates for like pocket money for kids. So like Kirsty's kids might get one for Kirsty, when in fact actually it's her husband or something. But also because they're only small boxes, this is another tip. If you are somebody, right, who is dieting, who at certain times of year, Mother's Day, Father's Day, birthdays, all of those times of year, if that's when you have a wobble, right, you have a proper like, fuck it, I'm depressed, I'm going to eat 15 donuts, 6 pizzas, a packet of pancakes, and an entire chocolate aisle. If that is something that you do, why not go and buy a little box of chocolates? You know, the little boxes where there's about 8 chocolates in. And if you can, have that over a couple of days to spread the damage out. But even if you have it all in one go, if you limit yourself to little box, because I know what you're all like, because you're all as bad as I am, you get a big box and you say, I'll break it up into several days. And you get it, and then you watch something on telly and you're like, oh, it's so sad. Oh my God. I'm really upset. I know. Barry got knocked out of Bake Off, so I must eat my chocolates because I'm emotionally withdrawn. You know what I mean? So that's me. That's what I do. So then I'll go, eat them all. However, if it's only a small box, then if I eat them all, it doesn't matter. But what I've then got is a little chocolate box. And you can then decorate it and do all sorts of wonderful things with it and make it your little chocolate treat box. That is an amazing idea. I'm going to do that, and I'm going to take pictures and show you on the Instagram. So if you don't know, if you don't follow me on Instagram, follow me on Instagram, Beyond Authentic Health. Also, if you don't know, Mandy, you were talking about you like the tarot. I think you've been over on the tarot channel, haven't you? Yes, you have. I don't remember. I might have even done a tarot reading for you. I don't remember, because when I'm in the zone, like Barack Obama could pop up and I'd be like, okay, this is for Barack, and here we go. I hope everything's okay. Bye. See you next time. And now we're going on to the next person. And my brain just is like, Yaz has, Yaz, that's so kind of you. That is amazing. That is such a genuine, generous offer. That just shows what an amazingly warm-hearted and caring person you are, Yaz. That has really touched me. So Yaz is now in the live chat. Everybody that's watching this, if you're on Slimming World, if you're on Weight Watchers, if you are on a diet plan, if you're doing Fat Fighters, if you're doing whatever, if you're doing the a thingy, whatever you're doing, if you're doing a low carb, high fiber, whatever diet, if you want to, you can go and buy your box, even a big box of chocolates, parcel them up, and you can send them to Yaz. So you don't have to eat them yourself. Yaz will make sure that she takes them all for you. She takes one for the team, and she will eat those chocolates on your behalf. So Yaz is offering to gain those calories so that you don't have to. All you need to do is go out to the shops, buy a massive box of chocolates, take all of the massive box of chocolates out, put them in a bag, send them to Yaz, and then you get yourself a fantastic empty box of chocolates that you can do finger painting with. Because that's another good thing. I don't know whether did anyone ever do that? Did anybody ever do that? Because I like summer holidays for us, right, at home when I was growing up. Story time. Summer holidays for us, like we didn't have a lot of money growing up. Dad was in the Navy. Mum had like whatever. Oh yeah, Yaz is saying, but that offer extends to dairy milk and milk chocolate in general. Unfortunately, dark chocolate is precluded from that, and pralines and those horrible toffee things because she doesn't like any of it. I mean, no, because because she's got to limit herself. Yeah, it's a limited edition offer. Yeah, that's why. So yeah, milk chocolate, milk tray, dairy milk things. That's what she says. Yeah, yeah. Right. But when I was growing up, right, we didn't have a ton of money. So Dad was in the Navy, in the Merchant Navy. Mum had like normal jobs that mums have when they're looking after the kids. You know, sort of like the limited number of hours between taking the kids to school and picking them up, or being at home and making sandwiches, all of that stuff. You know what I mean? And making dinner and making sure that we got home at 3 o'clock and there had to be somebody in, and all of that stuff that Mum did. So, summer holidays would be like Hailing Island and places like that, which we loved. Like I was very, very fortunate to have a very, 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 very loving mum and dad. And dad worked his ass off at sea to look after me and my sister, and mum worked her ass off at home to look after me and my sister. But there wasn't money for a lot of things. So in the 6 weeks holiday, one of the things that is really, really good to do, right? Really good to do, if you do have chocolate boxes, right? If you do get chocolate boxes given to you for Christmas or Easter or Mother's Day or birthdays or any of that, and you've eaten the chocolates, keep the boxes. Because when your kids are at home, if you've got kids, when your kids are at home, you can do really interesting things with the boxes. One of the things you can do, you know, the little tubs of paint, and you buy the paint, and Poundland do them, you know, the little squirty tubes of paint. Kirsty will probably know this. If you've got kids and you put a pot of paint on the side, that kid will get the entire pot of paint everywhere. However, if you've got a box of chocolates, you've got that little plastic inner tray. Cut the foldy flap off, so you've just got then a square with a plastic tray with a little insert, and put little squirts of colour in the inserts. And if you're clever, I've just thought about this one because Mum and Dad didn't do this, or Mum didn't do this. But if you're clever, you just need a blue, a yellow, and a red paint. So like the poster paint things, I don't know whether you can still get those, or acrylics. And all you do is you use those, put them in the things, and then mix the other colours to mix the purple and the orange and the greens and all of that. Mix those in the little trays, because then you've got enough paint there for your kids to do some painting, but you haven't got the tubes going everywhere, the mess going so much everywhere, and you can control how much paint is out there for the kids. And they can finger paint. You can also use them to put little, like, you can have sequins in, or things to glue, things to stick, all of that you can have in a little chocolate pot. And then because you've reused it, you can either wash it if it's paint, empty it out if it's like beads or anything like that, and dispose of it. And beads is another idea. Look at this. I'm like 5-minute crafts today, aren't I? What the fuck is going on? I am channeling True. I'm telling you, beads would be another good idea. So if you're into crafting or jewelry making, she says, wearing her own handmade jewelry. Look, my own handmade earrings. Lovely, I know, right? Designed by Lisa. I know. Then again, sometimes I find the findings and things. I've got little tubs like this size. I mean, again, this is another. So this is one of these Everlast like juice drink things, protein drink things. You put your you know, you put your pre-gym workout and you put your water and you shake it up. But this I use on my work table just with random bits of jewelry. But if you were doing some crafting and you didn't want to have to go and buy one of those stupid little plastic pots with the individual dividers, two things you could do. One is a chocolate pot. So you put your little things in, then a little tray, and it's fairly flat and small. So you put it in the top of your work basket and you work from there. The other one, and I have used this in the past for this, is a pill pot. So you put your individual like findings in your crafting materials in those, and then you've got them sealed, and you've got a pill pot. I know, right? Trim. It's amazing. Amazing. Oh, that was a different one, was it? That wasn't 5 Minute Crafts. But yeah, good ideas, right? Let me know if you've got any down in the chat as well. Because I'll tell you the other thing. Oh my God, what the hell is going on with me? I am channeling something today, I'm telling you. I'm like Florella Benjamin, but without the amazing hair. I really am. I'm going to be talking to Big Ted in a minute. Big Ted and Little Ted, can you tell which one's which? Because one's slightly smaller than the other, but anyway, that's normal. So pill pots are so handy for lots of things. They really are, and you can buy them in Poundland. And what me and Ruffus did, because they always have, like, they have one side which is like blue, and one side which is pink, or one side which is, in this case, purple, and one side which is blue. So because I love purple, we bought one each. So mine is purple and his is blue. I just took the thing out and swapped them over. Oh, amazing. The other thing we're doing is we're planting out some little seedlings and things at the moment. It's one of the reasons we're going to the garden centre later. And I've got these 3-litre pop bottles at the moment because they got them in the pound shop for like £2. But they've got like lemonade in Iceland. They are White's lemonade. She's a secret lemonade drinker. White's lemonade. I'm that old, right? But we've got those. And when I'm done with it, I'm chopping off the top, about that way from the bottom. The bottom's going to have soil put in it with my coffee grounds. I don't know whether you signed up for that pack deal, Yaz, on the coffee, but the coffee grounds that you've used, mix them in with your soil because it's a really good fertilizer. Put your seeds in there, and then all you need is a bit of like bit of paper or cardboard that you tape around the bottle. You put the top of it back in, so you've got the bottom of. I haven't got a bottle anywhere near me, have I? No, so you've got the bottom of your bottle, say yay big, and your top bit is separate, so you've cut that off. This bit is full of soil. You then get a bit of cardboard, or a bit of card, and you put a band about yay thick around here, right? So band around there, where the joint is. You then put this bit back on top with the top open or the top off. How amazing is that? How amazing is that? Because then your plants, you've got your own little mini greenhouse. So yes, I am all over that. Yes, you haven't yet, but you've asked someone to sign you up for your birthday later this month. So fingers crossed. Oh, when's your birthday, my darling? Let me know the date down in the what's it thingy. In the what's it thingy, yeah. Let me know the date. That'll be really lovely, actually. Yay. But yeah, that's another thing we're literally going to do. Because there's loads of seeds now. This is like the time to get planting. And this year I am growing my herbal garden. I have got a magical herbalism book that I pulled out of my bookcase. She says, having realised that she's actually put it back in the bookcase. So if you don't know, over on the Witchy channel, the beauty channel, the Witchy channel, I'm quite into my herbs, my crystals, tarot, all of that. And I have been going back through this is an old copy. There's actually a new version of it. It's an amazingly good herbalism book. And I've been going back through it, just basically looking at things like using herbs for amulets, for healing, in cooking, but you can give them like magical properties, all of that. So when you're doing your recipes and things, if it calls for a particular herb, you can always imbibe it with some magical energy, all of that. So yeah, I've been looking at getting some more herbs and things on the go. And we saw in one of it wasn't Wilco's, it might have been Wilco's, but I don't think it was. In one of the shops, there was literally this thing. And I swear to you, I wish I'd taken a picture of it. I swear to you, it was literally just the top 3/4, 2/3 of 3-litre lemonade bottles, pop bottles, that they had cut off and put in this little tray, I guess, that was about yay big, with some like smaller round plant pots in the bottom. And literally, I can't show you. How can I show you? Hang on. Right. So pretend this is the plant pot, and this is your 3-litre tub of thing. Drink. It doesn't matter, right? So you put your plants, and it was literally put your plants in there, and then put this on there. And this was like, it was literally the 3-litre pop bottle. And the idea was you just covered it, and it was in a little thing, and they were like, it was about £12, and there were 3 pots yay big and 3 cloches, and they weren't glass, they were plastic, in a little tray thing for about £12. And I looked at it and just went, that's pop bottles. That is fucking pop bottles. Yeah, I'm not paying that because we were doing all the herbalism. Anyway, there we go. Lockdown birthdays are rubbish, aren't they? Yes, I know. The second birthday in lockdown, yeah, probably the same for me, Rufus, to be fair. The chat keeps, no worries. Definitely need to. Last year, the lockdown started the day before your birthday. You weren't impressed. No. Well, we actually locked down on the 9th of March last year. That's when we went into sort of survival mode lockdown here in this household. So yes, right then, I have now. It's now time for my weigh-in results. I did weigh in this morning. As I say, it's been an okay week. Again, a couple of days I did do my pickle snacks. I'm out of pickled onions, which I really wanted to get some, and I didn't have any in the cupboard that I thought I had. What I thought was pickled onions turned out to be olives. So that wasn't a very successful thing. But anyway, yes, tomato seeds it's really good for. Really good for. Also, where do we get them? Brain. Right, it's going to be one of 3 places. Poundland, or 4 places, sorry. Poundland, B&M, Home Bargains, or Aldi have got, it's Aldi. They've got 4 little Aldi. They've got 4 little tomato plants that are about yay big, right? In little seed pots already for £1.49. So they've already been brought on and propagated and all of that. And you just put them into your main grow bag or whatever it is. So yeah, have a little look at those while you're getting your seeds. That's what I'm going to do is while I'm getting my seeds and I'm planting the seedlings in and doing all of that, these smaller plants will then have time to properly bed in and start growing. So yeah, absolutely. Anyway, I weighed in today. My week this week has been okay. Oh God, sorry, I've got wind. Last year the lockdown started to feel a bit. What are you saying? Try it with some tomato seeds. Yeah, absolutely. Olives, no, olives are okay. I like olives, but you've got to be in the right mood. They're the devil's food. No. I used to think that, and then as I got older, I quite liked olives. Anyway, I did weigh in, and today I got on the scales, and I initially got on the scales, and it said I'd put half a pound on, and I was like, I don't think so. I do not think so. No, we're not having that. No. So then I moved the scales because they were slightly out of position. I moved the scales back into position and I got on the scales and I was like, that's better. Got off them, got on again, same weight. So I have now lost 2.5 pounds this week, which brings me to 18 pounds in 9 weeks. So I'm bang on my £2 a week target. So I'm really happy with this. So yay. £2 a week I'm averaging out, which anywhere between 1.25 and £2 is my personal target. So I am really happy with that. £18 in about 2 months. So what's that? 1 stone 4 in 2 months. I'm happy with that. I'm very happy with that. So yay, that is my result of my weigh-in today. Thank you very much. I know it's totally on target. It's actually above my target by £1. So I'm really happy with that. And yeah, and that is like we got a takeaway yesterday, so we got our noodles from a noodle bar that we like, because although they're relatively, like, they are sinned, they are still relatively low sins. So it's just a case of sometimes we'll treat ourselves. And so yeah, absolutely, Kirsty, you get that sometimes, especially around Star Week. You'll get a little gain, whether it's weight gain or whether it's because you felt like crap and you had that extra box of chocolates. I know. So yeah, you will have a little fluctuation, but then next week you probably come in with like £7 off or something ridiculous. So yeah. Also, it's been really stressful, hasn't it? So yeah. So it's not too bad. It's not too bad. Oh yeah, and as Anita just said, that's also after you had an amazing loss last week because you were so poorly. So all of last week, when you were like losing £15 a day or whatever it was, because you were so ill, we were expecting a little bit of a bounce back. So to only put £1 on, considering that's a bounce back from poorliness and Star Week, I think that is pretty good going. I really do. I think that is pretty damn good, to be honest with you. Right, I'm going to do my makeup with this Shop My Stash selection for the very last time. Yeah, let me know, everybody, in the chat how your weight loss has gone this week, if you are losing weight. If you are not, if you are just doing like general healthy things, let me know what you've done this week in terms of like good health. Oh, I didn't wet my sponge. Never mind. I'll just use it as it is. So I'm using a primer today that was in my Shop My Stash, and then I actually won another one in Kirsty's giveaway, which is the Smashbox Photo Finish Smooth and Blur primer. And it's all right. Yeah, it's all right. I quite like it. I'm going to use this in conjunction with my Jet Black Glow Drops. Where's my mirror gone? It's right in front of my eyes. How come it's the last Shop My Stash? No. So I do my Shop My Stash about a week into the month, just because that's when it started. And basically it allows me to do, or the reason it started like that is it allowed me to do the first week was always my Glossy Box and Rocker Box unboxings. So it allowed me to get those in and then to do the Shop My Stash in kind of week 2. That was the plan. Of course, since then I've cancelled both of those boxes, but it's still in week 2. So it's always roughly in my head when I've done the collab, like that week around that time, which normally the collab with Kirsty goes up on the second Tuesday of every month over on the other channel. So that's normally when I do my refresh. Oh, Julie, my love. Okay, have a good week, my darling. Let me know how you've gone in the chat. Let me know how things are for you. I hope that you are really, really well. I really do. And yeah, have a lovely week. And I'll see you next Thursday morning, hopefully. If not, do check us out tomorrow on Kirsty's Live over on Making Up, or even on my beauty channel. If you like things tarot as well, come and pop over on the beauty channel as well on, yeah, the Beauty and Witchy channel on Sunday evening. But yeah, have a lovely, lovely day, my darling. Kirsty just had an NSV. Non-scale victory. Oh my God, that took me a long time to work that out. So even though the chocolate talk made you want some, you've just heated a bowl of roast pudding up and added in some chopped up fruit. Wow. Yeah, no, I got non-scale victory. I was like, hang on a second, that rings a bell. Because I'm not a group anymore, because there aren't groups anymore. They're all online, which in terms of Slimming World, I don't want to pay to sit online and talk about my weight. I can do that here for free. Yeah, so I'm using my primer. So like in terms of other health, how is everybody doing? Like, I know that mental health wise, right, let's go back to mental health. Let's go back to mental health. So then, everybody, what can we do this week that will make you feel a little bit better before Sunday? Because there's still a few days. So what can we do to make us feel better, to make us feel slightly more positive? Has anybody got any ideas? Has anybody got any ways of dealing with Mother's Day and other anniversaries and things like that that they find really, really useful, really, really helpful for getting over that feeling of sadness and loss? Now, personally, I think we're always going to have that feeling of sadness and loss to a certain extent, but also I do genuinely believe that if we reframe it and just remember a couple of things. So for me, there we go. I know how proud my mum would be of the life that I've made for myself. So that's really good. I know that for a fact. I also try and remember this. If the people that we miss, if they weren't great people and they weren't in our life for a reason and they didn't teach us stuff, then we wouldn't miss them. If we weren't lucky and blessed to have had those people in our lives, then we wouldn't miss them. So everybody that we miss that's passed, I kind of think I'm really lucky to have shared that time with them. so yeah, that's kind of one of the ways that I get through it. And yeah, I reflect and I think, oh, it's sad that, you know, people aren't here for me to talk to now. But then I also think, yeah, but look how lucky I was to have that person in my life. Look how amazing that was. Um, Kirsty says that you've been neglecting your daily meditation, so you're going to make sure I spend more time on that this week. Absolutely. Yaz is going to go and take the dog for a walk. Okay, my darling, you have a lovely, lovely walk. Don't forget to pick up that poop. And yeah, pop back, and if not, we'll see you tomorrow over on Kirsty's. Yeah, you will do, my darling. You take care. Have a lovely, lovely day. Bye, Yaz. Happy dog walking, says Anita. Absolutely. So yeah, I think, like, for me, my affirmations are a key part of getting me through. So I have an affirmation, sort of, I have 5 that I use every day. One is, if I could just go through them, they are, freezer's making a noise. Sorry, they are, I love and approve of myself. That's 1. Everything I need comes to me. That's 2. Everything I need to know is revealed to me at the correct time. That's 3. Revealed to me at the correct time. All is well in my life. So there's 4. Now there was another one that we've done. There was another one that I added in about, you know, I am worthy of love, or I am worthy of money, I am worthy of whatever it is. So that tends to rotate, but those 4 are absolutely the ones that I use, and I use them virtually every day. Now, I also do a lot of mindfulness practice, a lot. So there is a technique that I use when I'm feeling anxious. There are techniques that I use when I am feeling like down. And for me, mindfulness and meditation are very much, I will do that in a second, Anita, my darling. I will grab a positivity card out in a second. I'll grab an affirmator, and that's a lovely idea, actually. Yeah, we'll do that. I'll grab that in a second. Let me just get my foundation blended. Mandy, you had a team online family quiz and bingo night as you were waving off your granddaughter to join the army. She swore her oath on Sunday. Wow. That's amazing. Yeah, look at that. Anita just said that's amazing. Just so I was saying that's amazing. Maybe we should have a positivity card. Yeah, I'll do that. Wow, I hope she settles well, Mandy, and enjoys it. Very brave choice. Good on her. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Very brave. Very hard choice, especially in this day and age. But also one that I think, you know, a lot of us are incredibly grateful for her to do that. Sam, good morning, Sam. Don't normally catch you live. Lucky me, needed something to take my mind off things and some positivity. We're gonna do a positivity card in a second, actually, Sam. So very good morning to you. I do hope that you are well. Full respect for all our armed forces, absolutely. As a forces baby myself, from having, you know, my dad was in the Merchant Navy. Now, normally Merchant Navy, you think about like that's like the QE2, where my granddad was on the QE2, or you think about, like, you know, cruise ships and things like that, or container vessels. My dad was in the Royal Fleet Auxiliary, which was basically the part of the Navy that supply the Royal Navy. So the Royal Navy goes off, gets all the awards, you know, takes some risk, obviously, because it's the Navy, but they get all the rewards. And whenever you see, you know, troop carriers, you see the Ark Royal, and, you know, things like that. The RFA, my dad's lot, were basically the ones who kept the Ark Royal in food, toilet paper, weapons, all of those things. So they were the ones. So you'd have, like, this is the Ark Royal, and then they're like doing bang, 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 shoot, 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 sending troops off, helicopters, all of that in a time of war. My dad's ship would basically be the one going, here's some sort of dock up next door, here's some fuel, here's some, you know, water, and then go back. So yes, the Ark Royals of the world were targeted, and all the Royal Navy ships as well, the frigates and all of that. But my dad's ship and the ships like that in the RFA, they were also majorly targeted, because if the enemy, again, like I'm talking about original Iraq War and Falklands and things that my dad was in, if they could have got rid of this ship, then it completely scuppers the ability of the Ark Royal to do its job. So basically, like, these supply routes were hit, and they weren't as well armed, they weren't as well protected, They didn't have, you know, as much weaponry and stuff on board to deal with, you know, missiles and that. I mean, it's the idea of being able to shoot a missile out the sky is ridiculous. But you know, and my dad was injured at sea, very very badly injured at sea. And yeah, there was just, you know, all sorts of things that happened. That, but yeah, so it's not just when we think of our armed forces, we think of, you know, the Royal Navy, the Army, the Marines, the Air Force. It's also very very important to remember the auxiliary teams as well that support those. So my dad was Royal Fleet Auxiliary, which is RFA. So if you ever hear me say RFA, I don't mean RAF. I genuinely mean RFA. And it's one of the things that used to really not annoy, but it used to upset Dad a bit, was the fact that, you know, the news teams would always show you, you know, here's HMS ... coming in. And you'd see, you know, the Navy boys in their Navy uniforms, being all Navy-ish, and they would, you know, rock into port and, yay, here's a news crew. What you wouldn't get is the news crew the day before or 3 weeks after, when the RFA teams came in, because, you know, they were the ones that were also then responsible for doing mop-ups and doing all sorts of bits and pieces, and they never got the recognition. And it's just one of those little things that, as a naval family, it really, it used to work. It really did used to work us. But then, you know, we got over it. Kirsty, your great uncle served in the Merchant Navy as well. Wow. And said the exact same thing. They were the unknown heroes, absolutely. As they were the supply chain, absolutely. Your uncle was torpedoed twice. Yep. My dad did the Falklands. He did Iraq 1. Yeah, and there was another one. There was another one around that time as well that they were involved in. But my dad was fire safety officer on board the ship, so it was his job to make sure that, you know, other people were safe, which meant quite often putting himself at risk. Yeah, all sorts of things, all of the fields when it comes down to the military. So yeah, all of the fields. Mandy, your dad was RAF, did the recce's for the dam busters. Wow. No, see, I guess fortunately, Dad wasn't as old as your father. So my dad wasn't around for World War II, but definitely for, you know, a lot of the other wars. My dad was on the ships floor, on the boats, on the sea. Definitely on the ships, not on the boats. God, sorry, Dad. If you'd heard me say them on the ships, he would have a right go. I've got my concealer. It makes me happy. Concealer. It covers my sins, and I've remembered it today. I hope Ellie's okay. We haven't seen Ellie in the chat today or on Sunday. I hope she's okay. I might drop her a little message on the instas. Bear with me, everybody. I'm just tapping all of this into place. So yeah. Anyway, in terms of getting through things, so mindfulness, I can. Oh God, hold on. Yeah, you remember what we can see. Yeah. Your uncle served during World War II. Would never talk about it. We only know he was hit and sunk once, rescued, and then asked to go straight back onto another ship, which was then hit and sunk. He was a chef. Wow. You see, this is it. You see, when you think. When people say, "Oh, what did you know your grandparents do during the war, or where did they serve, or any of that?" When people say, "Oh, so and so was a chef," people think, "Well, oh, well, that's not really a wartime job, is it? That's not really like an army job. Who keeps people alive by feeding them? Like whatever services you're in, whatever you do, whatever part of the armed services or the forces, or whatever you want to call it, like." More power to you. Thank you so much for doing it. I really genuinely mean that. Mandy, had you when he was 45, I said he hadn't got to see your sisters and brother grow up. Oh, bless. Wow, that's cool. Excuse me. That's really cool, Mandy. So that's one of those things where you know exactly where you were, that you were wanted as a child. That's so cool. I know I didn't forget my concealer today. I know it's like randomly, random fact, right? Random fact. I know exactly when I was conceived. I know, right? Thought your parents having sex, ooh, but I know exactly when I was conceived. Because Dad was in the Navy, he was away at sea for 6 months of the year, and then come back for 6 weeks and then be off for 6 months again. That was our routine as a kid. Um, but Dad would, like, one year he was away for 11 and a half months out of the year. Literally, he was only home for 2 weeks during the wartime. During, I think it might have been Iraq One, or it might have been Falklands. I think it was Iraq One. Because he was way out of the service by the time Iraq 2 came along. Absolutely retired and everything. But yeah, so just a bit of setting powder. This is the Beauty Bakery flour powder. Sorry, if anyone's interested. I've just ordered another one actually. In fact, I've just got another one because I'm already halfway down this tub. And yeah, so Dad basically, what was I saying? Oh yeah, when I was conceived. So Dad came home. He was allowed home 45 years ago for my aunt's wedding. He was allowed to come home for 3 days for the wedding. And literally on the day that my aunt got married, Mum and Dad managed to catch up with each other, shall we say. And they caught up with each other apparently a couple of times that day. And yeah, managed to catch up with each other. And then I think Dad actually went back the next day. I think he was only home for got to the UK one day. The wedding was that day, and then he had to go out that day. I think that's kind of how it worked. And yeah, so that's, 8 months later, or 7 months later, I come along. So again, it was the only time in my life that I have ever been underweight and early. I don't know whether he heard me, but Rufus just laughed when I said that line. And he's actually in the bedroom on his CPAP. So I don't know whether he heard me or not, but yeah. Right, so I'm just using the Anastasia Beverly Hills. Shall I use? I don't want to use the purples and that in here anymore. In fact, I don't want to use this palette anymore because I'm a bit bored of it. But I'm using that as a base. And now I'm going to use. He did make sure he made full use of his shore leave, as did Mum. Trust me. Yeah, it was one of those things where, when you're growing up and kind of when families talk about this, that, and the other. I don't want to use that color actually. I've just changed my mind mid-flow. Big wave to Rufus. Yeah, so thank you. Underweight and early sums you up too. It's the only time I've ever been underweight and early. Trust me, the only time in my entire existence. That would never happen again. But I'm actually going to use have I got a soft pink in this one? Yeah, I'm going to use a little bit of soft pink. Do I want blue? Do I want bluey greens? What am I wearing? I'm wearing teal. So we'll go for bluey tealy colours. That's what we're going to go for. I'll change my mind again. I know, that is so annoying. So annoying. I'm going to use this teal colour. Use a bit of this just in the corners. So yeah, there will be videos coming very soon back on this channel. Not just the haul videos, but the what I ate this week videos are coming back as well. So if that's something that you might be interested in, then those will be coming back. Absolutely 100%. So yeah, that's what's going to be happening again. Also, we are going to be doing some random videos. So do make sure you do kind of pop in and have a little look, see what's going over on this channel. We're still getting back into the swing of being able to film. As I say, Rufus was a key part of this channel, and with him being so poorly at the moment, I kind of feel a little bit lost really, because he is such a big part of doing stuff here. So I do feel a little bit kind of like not in limbo, but I don't want to kind of crack on with anything while he's still recovering. So, like in terms of filming, but we will be doing bits and pieces. Kirsty says that teal from the Julie is one of your favourite shades in that palette. Yeah, this is the Zulu 2, is it? No, the Zulu. I really like it. So I'm using the teal, and I'm going to use the glittery bluey kind of, there's a turquoisey colour just there as well as my inner corner highlight. Mum was only 4'11", and you were £10 free. Oh my God, Mandy. Wow. Wow. Your poor mum. I mean, wow. 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 I am completely taken aback by that. That is very impressive, that. Yeah, she had a job on her hands, job and a half, me. Jesus. All I can say is there must have been plenty of gas and air on board when you came out. Crikey. Crikey. Oh, it feels okay. Got a little bit patchy on this eye. I don't know why. Let me just dig in a little bit more. Dig, 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 dig. So yeah, that's why I'm doing my refresh today, Nate. It's just because answering the question from about an hour ago. Is yeah, just because that's kind of when it's due. So it's normally mid-month that I do a refresh, just because it keeps me on my toes. And also for like a week this month, I've had to do my brand ambassadorship. So I've been testing all of those products out. So actually it hasn't even been a 4 months worth of use on this palette, but I am kind of like, I'm ready to move on with colors and things. I really am. So do I like that combination? I do, actually. I do believe in speaks. So is anybody actually like back at Slimming World? Now, I know normally we've got a few people that aren't here today in the live. So we've got, are you going bougie or basic? What on the next one? You'll have to wait and see. You will have to wait and see. This is it. Like, you never know, do you? Because I am a basic bitch with a what is it? Champagne taste, beer bottle pockets. I have bougie tastes and a bargain budget mentality. A buggin, yeah, that's bargain hunting on a budget. I don't mind spending money on makeup and things, as you all know. I just like getting good value. Thank you very much, Mandy. Nice vivid colours. I actually quite like those two together, actually, and it kind of works well with what I'm wearing, so that's good. And I'm very mindful that I've got to record. I've got a tarot reading to record in a bit, so I've got to do that. Do I want anything else? Do I want anything else? Do I want anything else? There's been a lot of fallout. God, good God, there's a lot of fallout. Wow, wow. Anyways. I was asking about whether people have like Fenty's different. Fenty is all because of bloody glossy box and that Fenty box. But anyway, Fenty's fine. I don't know where Fenty sits actually in terms of bougie or affordable. It's not really affordable, but it's not bougie. It's kind of in between. Some of the green on my lower lash line. I think I'm going to use this sparkly blue actually. Or do I want the green? I might use the green. That's not a bad idea actually. I might use the green. Are you going to use your new blue liner? Oh, actually, that's a much better idea. Yes, that's a much better idea. Wonder whether would it work on the top line? Let me just have a little. Yes, it will. Yes, that's a fantastic idea. That's a fantastic idea. You think Fenty's bougie? I don't think it is, you know. I think that an eyeshadow palette for £25 for 6 shades, I don't think that's too bad. Or £22, I think it was, for 6 shades that are good quality. I think it's quality makeup. I don't think it's necessarily bougie, if that makes sense. Right, so yeah, this fabulous eyeliner in the royal blue, electric royal blue, is from Makeup Revolution. It's the Renaissance Flick. that Kirsty, who's called Making It Up there in the chat, actually sent me over as a friend mail, which I wasn't expecting at all. And I have been basically trying to get hold of this for so long. Hang on, let me just. I've been trying to get hold of it for absolutely ages, and every time I went on their website, it was always sold out. Look at that definition. Yes. That's what the young people say, isn't it? Yes, Queen. Unless your name is Meghan Markle. What do you all make about that with the royals? What do you make of that, eh? That's my doorbell. Hang on, or my door knocking. Hold on a second. All right, girls. All right, wait a second. Wait a second. All right, girls. Hi. Good girls. Good girls. Well done for barking. Well done for barking. Why has my candle come on? That's weird. Oh, it was Rufus's medicine. We get it delivered now in case we're not ready, in case we're not up for going out, because we're now having to shield. Yeah, so what do you all think about the Meghan Markle, Prince Harry thingy with the royals and their interview with Oprah? Like, I've got to say, I've watched snippets of the interview. I haven't seen it yet. It's suddenly gone as black as out here. I think it's going to lash it down in a second. I'm so torn. Is she being honest or fabricating? I don't like to think our queen misbehaving, but also I've watched The Crown. But also look what happened with Diana. This is the thing, you see. This is the thing. It's like we know that they like to do things a certain way. We know that. And I believe very firmly that like William and Kate do things by the phone. However, I think Harry doesn't. I think Harry is very much more. I think William is very much like his dad in terms of duty, and I think that. But I think he's got Diana's like heart, and I think that Harry is a lot more. Has got a lot more of his mum's kind of individuality, and because he was, as soon as William had a kid, and Harry was no longer like the spare, then absolutely, I think he was like, I can do my own thing. The fact that he married, Meghan, I think is amazing. The fact that he fell in love and married her, I think is absolutely beautiful. I think she's stunning looking, and I think the fact that like. I genuinely do believe that a royal would have said, "Oh well, we're not sure about the color of the baby," and I personally think that was either Camilla or Charles, probably Camilla in my head. That's kind of what I think, or possibly Charles, because Charles is very much by the book. But I also do believe. Hello, Vanessa, my darling. Good morning to you. There's lovely little Miss Budget there in the chat, Ness. Good morning, my love. How are you doing? I hope you're okay. We're just randomly discussing, as I've done some like bluey tealy makeup, randomly discussing the Meghan Markle Harry thing. What's your take on it? Kirsty says Harry has always been the more rebellious one, and unfortunately reminds me of his great uncle Edward VIII, who abdicated. Yeah, a little bit similar. A little bit similar. I think there's certainly like cycles repeat, don't they? And certainly within the royal family, I think cycles repeat. Sam, you think there is very two-sided, wrong on both parts. I don't believe it's so black and white, no pun intended, on either of them. No, I think that. So for me, I think that like I think it's the same thing we saw with Fergie. Because like the royals seem to have a difficulty with strong-minded, independent women. And to be fair, a lot of those strong-minded, independent women probably shouldn't be joining the royal family. In all honesty, because to join that job, that firm, you've got to kind of do the whole, yes sir, no sir, three bags full. This is the way it's done. This is the way it's always been done. This is the way it's always going to be. Like it. Again, going back to the shipping thing, it takes a long time. If you've got a container vessel, right, at sea, a shipping vessel, it takes a long time for that vessel to change course. If you've got a little boat, it goes yep. And this one, you've got to really, like, it takes a long time to do a circle. And I think the royal family is like a container boat. It's like a tugboat that's been going, not a tugboat, but a container boat that's been going along so long and is so set on its course that actually, like, even getting it to change 5 degrees of angle will take a long time. I do believe that they probably didn't know what to do with Meghan. I think that she came in, as an American. I think there was probably a lot of snobbery in terms of Mrs. Simpson and like, oh, what's going on with all of that? And I also think that, she came in with a very different sensitivity and mentality. Having been successful in her own career, all of that, she was joining as a strong, independent woman. And I love that. And I think that's why Harry loved her, because she has got those Diana vibes. But as you say, Anita, I do think she is a little bit calculated. I do think that she very much knew what she was joining. I think it's unfortunate that her dad was such a bastard. I genuinely do. And I think that, was she the victim of racism? I think absolutely. Is the tabloid press horrendously racist in their reporting of her? Absolutely. If Kate and had done one thing and Meghan did the exact same thing, would they go after Meghan and praise Kate? Well, maybe not praise Kate, but they absolutely would go after Meghan. So yeah, totally get that. I think the British media is shockingly racist. I think it is very, very homophobic, transphobic, very, very racist, very anti-Jew, anti-Semitic at times. Very, all of those things. I really genuinely do think that it is. However, has Meghan done things wrong and done things like a way that maybe shouldn't have been done? Yes. I think that, she joined a very successful business, and it's a bit like if you go and work for, I don't know, say you join a business and you want to go and work for a Christian charity, and that Christian charity is very anti-gay, and you are a gay man that wants to go and work for that charity, and when you're working for them, you then come out and say that you're gay. I think that you kind of have an issue when that charity says, we're anti-gay, we can't support you in the workplace. And yes, there needs to be laws to protect that. And maybe the anti-gay things, maybe that's wrong. Maybe it's like, I don't know, something else that is contentious for some people. And I think that sometimes those companies, it's like if you join, I don't know, right, let's say a law firm, right? You join a law firm, and that law firm insists that everybody wears black suits. So like Men in Black, right? So you have to wear a black suit. And 6 months into the job, you're like, I don't want to wear a black suit. I'm going to go in in a brown suit. And then your boss is like, oh, don't like that. We wear black. It's that. It's like, what it is going into it. You know what you're signing up for. But maybe in terms of Meghan, maybe I think it's excessive. Anyway, good morning to you, Kelly. Hello, my darling. We are just discussing Meghan and Harry. Yeah, we're just having a little chat. Let me go back up in the chat actually, because I think it's fascinating. Kirsty, you don't believe the BS about her not researching about the royal family, though? I mean, come on, everyone knows how restrictive and managed their lives are. Yeah, and to be honest, that's, again, as it's portrayed in the media, I don't think that's kind of what it was. Again, I haven't seen all of the interview, but I don't think that's kind of what it was, because before you marry in, you get told, and like Harry would have warned her, and they would have absolutely gone through it to let her know what she was getting. She might not have believed it, she might not have thought it was as bad as they were letting on, but she would have been told. Mandy, you think it's the truth? if it's the truth, to deny her access to mental health intervention is dreadful. Also, to even voice about the appearance of the child is unbelievable. What the heck should it matter? Exactly, I know. This was the thing, right? When she married in, I was like, oh, we're going to get some more progressiveness. We're going to get like, this is going to be really cool. We're going to have like a more progressive royal family. That's going to be amazing. Yeah, naive little me here. But in terms of the mental health stuff, I think they really struggle with like expressing themselves. And yeah, I know the crown isn't real. We know that it's based on books and theories and stories, and none of it is a fictionalized account. But if it's 1/10 real, then we know that they have issues in dealing with mental health. We know that from the Diana interview. We know that from other things that have come out, from Sarah Ferguson's interviews over the years. We know that they really struggle with people who struggle, because you're not supposed to be. You're supposed to be above that. You're supposed to be almost like a cardboard cutout, which is great. Except that is one of those things where the job and the person are kind of aligned, and you haven't. It's not like, oh, I'm going to go and be the queen today. Like, you're always the queen. You're always Elizabeth, and Elizabeth is always the queen. You are always your job. Right? And for the princes and princesses, you are always your job. You are always a princess. So the fact, or duchess, whatever. So the fact that you are, you might not be on royal duty that day, you're still a prince, or you're still a princess, and the media will not let you up for 1 second. They really, really won't. And I think that's some huge issues with that. I really do. And I think that in terms of, in terms of mental health support, I think they struggle, because it's like, who counsels the counselors? No, that's not what I was trying to say. It's like, who do the royals go to if they have issues? Like, they can't just ring up an other counsellor and go and have some therapy. There's a whole rigmarole and everything else involved in, like, and then the stigma attached of, oh my god, this royal's going for mental health support, blah 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 blah. I think there's all sorts of issues. I really, really genuinely do. But I think Meghan is. I think Kate is just as calculating. I honestly do. I think she's just very much more the English Rose, and she's much more able to kind of, the media are much kinder to her for her royal appearance. I think Harry is a lot like Andrew. Take out all of the recent scandal in terms of, being the spare. I think once once Prince Charles had William, Andrew was then let off the leash. And yeah, I think it's just really difficult for all of them. I really genuinely do. Right, let's get your opinions on all of this. Everybody's saying that they agree with Mandy that it's terrible. Yeah, I'm glad she made it clear that it wasn't the Queen who said it. Yeah, I don't think it was the Queen. I just get the Queen gives me Queen Mum vibes now. I like the Queen. Kirsty, the royal family is an institution. William gave Catherine the time to learn about what the life would entail, and so she knew exactly what she was signing up for. Meghan, naive at best. Yeah, I agree. I agree. Oh, you're loving the eyeshadow choice. Thank you very much. You haven't watched the Oprah show. I haven't watched all of it. I've watched the clips. Also, what about Harry's ulterior motives? No one has questioned that. Maybe he was looking for someone like Meghan to help him escape the life. Absolutely, I agree with that. I agree with that. I think he was looking for someone where he could say, let's not be a royal. And I don't think Harry's ever wanted to be a royal. Not to be a senior royal in terms of doing all the duty things. And I think, more power to him. I wouldn't want that job, be under that much scrutiny all the time. Anita, see, I think this was maybe her plan all along, to not adopt the role required, which is fair enough. I wouldn't want it. I don't know. I think she tried. I think the difference is that when she hit the brick wall, in terms of when Meghan hit the brick wall of formality and the institution, I think she came up against it, and kind of, it was a really tough, like, bang. I think when Catherine hit that brick wall, she kind of, she came up against it, and then instead of trying to keep pushing, excuse me, I think there's the brick wall. I think, like, Catherine kind of did this. Kate, she went bang and then fell in line. And I think Meghan was like, bang, I'm not putting up with this shit. Like, I don't have to accept this. Who the hell are you to tell me every single factor of my life. Like, I'm signing up to a wedding. I'm not signing up. This isn't like, this isn't my calling. I'm not signing up to the monastery or something, or to the nunnery. And I think Kate was like straight and slipped into the institution, and I think Meghan butted heads with it. And as soon as you do that with the royals, they will win, because they just will. And yeah, I think, you know, all of that. I think it was. I think that she probably thought that she could be an independent woman within the royal family, and that she wouldn't have to kowtow as much. But I think that, you know, for her, maybe it wasn't the life that she wanted. And maybe with Harry, maybe they were like, look, we'll give it a go, we'll give it a try for a couple of years, see what happens. And then they're just like, look, we're not happy, let's go. And I think that's what they did. And I think they were right to do that. Anyway, Kirsty, hated Nessa, Kirsty, Neat, and Mandy. Oh, sorry, Kelly, hated Kirsty. Kelly said hello to everyone. Anita, I kind of agree, Kirsty. I think Harry wanted out, but it's so sad for our country. We have lost a royal, and a modern one at that. I don't think it was going to make a blind bit of difference, to be honest with you, Nate. I think Harry was always going to do his own thing. I think he doesn't care. Not in terms of like, oh, he doesn't care. I think he's a very caring individual. But like the Invictus Games and things, I think he wanted to do things very different. I know I'm going to do my other eye, don't worry. I know people are making a deal about Harry getting help with his mental health, but the royals not helping Meghan. I know it is difficult, and I think that, you know, I don't know. I just think, in all honesty, I think that Harry kind of didn't want to do frontline royal duty, and as soon as William had, you know, his kid and a spare, Harry was like, right, I'm going to go off and live my life. And it just happens that he was born into privilege and all of that, and he uses that well. He uses it as, you know, patron of all the charities and things. And I think that, again, a bit like Diana, I think when you've got an institution that has somebody within it that is so different, so modern, so outside of that way of thinking, I think that it's difficult for the institution to kind of handle that. You know what I mean? It's like imagine the first bankers to not wear bowler hats. You know what I mean? It's like shocking that businessmen don't wear bowler hats. Imagine like the first teachers not to wear ties in school and things like that. You know, when you start breaking with some formality, I think you do always get a kickback and a reaction. And I think that whilst the royal family know that they need to modernise, I think they're also really careful, because there's different ways of modernising, isn't there? Because I know in some Scandinavian countries, and like Morocco and things, not Morocco, Monaco, where there is still a royal family, those royal families aren't active. They're kind of very much seen as, you know, a thing of the past. They're not even like, they're not even the same sort of status as MPs. You know what I mean? They're just rolled out, do a thing, piss off. But I think in this country, the royals are very much an institution. I think they might not have been. I think that generally people are kind of like, people are okay. They do their thing. They bring in the tourism. You know, she's head of the constitution, all of that. And I think that as long as they do that, then that's good. As long as they, you know, kind of maintain that sort of that. It's about kind of maintaining that link with the past. And yeah, they bring in a shit ton of money and the Commonwealth, and, you know, they get rolled out to go and talk to other heads of state and things. So that's all really good. But I do honestly believe that like the UK is probably better with them. Whether or not that's kind of going to be a long-term solution, I don't know. Anyway, I'm going to do my eyes. Kirsty, I just hope they are able to rebuild relationships over time, and that however they live their lives, they're happy. Absolutely. Yeah, it seems you've come back during a deep conversation at the world a little bit. Welcome back, Jan, says Kirsty. Mandy says, well done. Well said, Kirsty. Yeah, a little bit. So to sum up, my thoughts are that I hope that Harry and William repair their brotherly friendship, their relationship. I genuinely do. And I think that hopefully Harry and Meghan and the kids are going to be really happy and they're doing their own thing. And I think that, you know, it's a sad state of affairs when high profile royals have to pee off over to the States to get kind of acceptance. Because Fergie, look at that, she had to do that because, again, she was vilified by the press. And yeah, I think that in the long run, William will eventually be king, and he'll carry on doing what he's done, and the line will go on, and the arguments about being a republic and all of that will carry on. And I think that very much like we saw in The Crown with Edward, like the ex-king Edward and Mr. Simpson, I think that Harry will very much live his life, and may well regret certain things. And if they don't patch things up with William, then I think it will just be very much a thing of the past. It's a bit like my relationship with my sister. I love my sister to bits. It's just that she isn't in my life because she's very toxic, and unfortunately that means I don't get to see my niece and my nephew, who I adore, and I absolutely it breaks my heart. And I send birthday cards and Christmas cards, and I never know whether they get there. Apparently lots of them don't turn up mysteriously. There's been so many cards and things that we've sent over the years that just haven't turned up because the posters got lost. Yeah, unfortunately, just one of those things. But yeah, anyway, Anita, you'd rather see William reign instead of Charles. I think a lot of people like that because I don't want Camilla as queen. Don't like Camilla. I've never watched The Crown. Is it worth a watch for someone who's not overly interested in the roles? Yes, because it's a bloody soap opera, Yaz. Seriously, it's a soap opera. Like, forget the fact that it's based on real people and everything else. Like, think of it almost like a British, like 20th century Game of Thrones, but without quite as much chasing after the throne. Because in the royals, nobody really wants the throne. Like, they don't. It's a burden. But yeah, absolutely worth watching. Like, especially when you then compare it to some real life events, and you're like, oh, maybe that's what happened. Oh, drama. But yeah, it's all about the tea and the drama. It really is. It's really good for that. You only watched it because I talked about it and you were hooked. Yeah, absolutely. I watched. So there's 4 seasons, right? Season 1 and 2 are the early years. Season 3 and 4 are Diana years onwards. So I watched Diana years first. So season 3, and then I was like, oh my god, I'm hooked. And then we watched season 4. So we watched all of that, and then it was like, oh, kind of want to see how this all started now. So then we went back and watched with the Queen's father, the King, and all of that, and then watched it from there. And I just loved it. I thought it was really interesting. You might have to give it a go after Buffy. You're finally watching it as it was added to Disney Plus. What Buffy is? Oh, now that's interesting. Because they're coming. They're redoing Buffy, don't you? Possibly as a reboot, possibly as a follow-up. We're not sure yet, but it does seem to be coming back in some form or another. I loved Buffy the Vampire Slayer. Okay, then not pop quiz, spot quiz. Yeah, what Buffy the Vampire Slayer character are you most like, and which Buffy the Vampire Slayer character would you most like to be? Answers on the postcard in the chat. Go now while I do my eyeliner. You're not so into Buffy. Why is that, Nate? Drusilla. I can see that, Kirsty. I can see that. What? Which version of Drusilla, though? Like when she was properly like hearing voices and like being all like, and we like to take the roses, and I like this flower. I'm going to eat it. Oh, and then all the pretty colours of the blood. That I like that. You've never seen an episode. Oh, maybe give it a watch. It's quite good. It was added to Star Plus on Disney. I've never watched it before, so working through all the seasons. Currently halfway through season 3. Oh, who would I say? Season 2, Drew. Okay, early Drew. Mandy's not seen it either. Who would we say Nita was like? I would say Giles, but actually, I think she's more like the other one, the other Watcher, the young Watcher, and I can't remember his name. Yeah, young Watcher. For you, after season 5, it went down here a wee bit, but still fab. I liked I liked the surprise of season 5. Or the season. Yeah. Oh, you think should be? You think should be? Joan? No. Summers. Buffy Summers. Summers. I can't remember her name. I can't remember her name. Can't remember her name. Have you got tips for applying your eyeliner neatly? I think your eyes are too wrinkly. It's okay when I wear my magnetic lashes because they hide it, but just normal eyeliner, I struggle to get neat. Joyce, there you go, Joyce. Thank you. Yes, Joyce. Possibly, or Wesley or Joyce. Yeah, possibly. Maybe early Joyce before she chilled out. And I'm not saying Anita isn't chill, but early Joyce was a little bit more like, do this, don't do that. Have you tried not being the Slayer? Yeah, early Joyce, absolutely. Have I got tips on doing eyeliner? Yes. Do it side on. So when you do your eyeliner, you want to use that bit of the brush. So you're literally doing it like that because it makes the application look. If I do it now, and I'm not pulling my eye, I'm just going to see where that goes to there. Right, hold on. I'm not moving it. I'm just literally holding that, my finger there, just to stabilize. So do it across rather than going in. So instead of doing it pointy like that, because when you do it pointy, you've only got one bit. And if you wibble, see like I've just done there, see look, that one's side on, that one's straight on. See the difference in the wibble? And if you've got skin that moves, textured skin that moves, it can skip as well. So yeah, that's what I would recommend. Now actually in person, this eye particularly has not gone on that well. Oh, balls. And I've just messed it up even worse. Yeah, and do it in bits rather than one. You weren't aware there were so many seasons. So you've still got a long way to go. Looking forward to the musical episode. Oh my God, Once More We're Feeling is my jam. It is my bop. Absolutely my bop. Yeah, I love it. I love it, love it, love it, love it, love it. Hang on a second. Let me just go in and fill in. So what I do is I go in little bits at a time and then build it up. And then if you notice, I've done this one quite a bit thicker than this one, just in that inner corner. So I am just going to go in and just do that. And there we go. The other thing is to have a good eyeliner. Have a good eyeliner. Yeah, there's 7 seasons in total. There's whole seasons in the comics, which may or may not be taken off now that there's a potentially a new reboot or something happening. So that may or may not still be the case. It's so for if you like fantasy and you like things like maybe Twilight, although I'm not a fan of Twilight, but if you like things like the Twilight and True Blood and things like that, well, Buffy is very much the early version of all of those. Just going in with my concealer just to repair that, just because I messed that one up. If you love the musical episode, have either Lisa or Kirsty watched the movie Repo, the genetic opera? Anthony Head was amazing in that too. Yes, I have. It's really good. Could I just fly around in the background as a bat? I love fruit bats, particularly look after ones with a broken wing ones. Oh, that's lovely. Yeah, I love Repo. Repo's really good. I've watched a lot of that. Also, season 4's The Gentleman is really good. Oh my God, there's so many episodes. Right, so early episodes that I really, really adored. I think it was called The Jackal. It's a Xander episode in season 1. Love it. Doppelgangland, where they meet. Like there's a mashup where they meet kind of like the mirror universe versions of themselves. That's amazing. Like Vampire Willow is one of the sexiest characters on telly. I'm not a lesbian, never been into women, but Vampire Willow is just a very sexy character. When Willow, like her relationship with Oz, I love Oz. Key episodes, The Silence, I think it's called. Love that one. The Gentleman is a very good one as well. The Body, amazing episode called The Body. Yeah, there's a lot. Vampire Willow is hot. Yeah, see, look, Kirsty's agreeing. Your best friend has talked to you about that episode. I'm looking forward to it. Yeah, there's so many good ones. There's an early season one called The Witch, where we're introduced to Amy, who is it's called The Witch, so it's about Amy. There's a whole character that you've yet to see yet called Anya, who is so good, so amazing. There's storyline. Spike is one of my favorite characters of all time. I love Spike. There's an amazing episode where there's one amazing episode where Xander completely saves the day and never ever even mentions it. He literally rescues the entire world and never mentions it. There's a Slayer comes in called Faith, who is amazing. Kendra, the Vampire Slayer, she's amazing. There's so many good characters that come in and out and in and out. So many, it's so good. You've got me on a tangent, I know, right? Yes, you have. Mandy, yes, it did, Anita. I was so joy. What? Yes, it did, Anita. It was a joy to see it fly off in the end. See what fly off? Oh, the bats. Yes, the bats. Where all the adults become teenagers. Yes. With Giles and Joyce. Yes, absolutely. Also, there's some amazing Halloweeny episodes. There's one where they all get turned into their costume. Really good one. There's one where Willow has something done to her where the others can't see her. There's so many good episodes. Oh my god, I need to rewatch it all. It's such a good series. It really is. Yeah, but so is. Listen up, B. I know, right? Faith is so good, though. Faith is like one of my favourite characters. She's so amazing. Anyway, it is 2 hours in, and I'm going to very rapidly finish my face now, and then everybody can go and watch Buffy the Vampire Slayer. The Vampire Slayer. Yes, thank you very much to the Mod Squad. Thank you very much to the lovely Spanners, to Kirsty and to Anita for joining me again today, and also to Yaz, and also to the lovely Kelly, who has also been in the chat and everything today. So thank you. But also thank you to everybody else who has watched this on the live stream. So huge thank yous to Mandy and to, oh my God, I'm forgetting names because my brain is starting to melt out of my bottom. Huge thank you to Mandy, huge thank you to Julie. Thank you to Ness, who's here as well. Ness is, her channel's called Little Miss Budget. Go and have a look at Little Miss Budget's channel if you want to get some really cool makeup advice and things. Sam as well, thank you for joining today, Sam. Yeah, give it a try with the eyeliners. The Renaissance Flick one, I think it's £6, something like that. Might even be £4. It's not very expensive, but it is very good. Very recommended. Obviously, this blue one is pretty much constantly out of stock and sold out. But I've got to say that the black one is very good as well. I've also got to say huge thank you to Renata for joining us earlier. She's got with a poorly head, bless her. And of course, Graduation Day season 3 finale. Oh, that's very good. All the lead up to that as well is very good. You've just found Faith. Oh, she's so good. She's so good. What's up, Bait? When they go to the bronze and they're dancing in the bronze. Oh my God, it's so good. It's so good. It's so good. I love it. I love it. 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 Ooh. Yeah, absolutely. I love it. I love it. It's one of my favorite sort of fantasy TV shows. It really is. Yeah, love it. I think up until I actually didn't mind season 5. I didn't like Riley as a character. Riley really pissed me off. So Riley's entire storyline was just like, oh God, come on, get over this. I'm bored now. As a character, I was always completely over Angel, but that's because I don't like David Boreanaz, or David Boring Anus, as I used to call him. really, really boring. So yeah, absolutely not one of my favorite actors. But in terms of a show, I think it was groundbreaking in its day. But even for, oh God, Jesus, I've completely buggered that eyebrow up. Even in terms of LGBT representation, the show was amazing in the later years for what it did with certainly with the lesbian characters that were front and center. That was amazing. So yeah, I just think it was really, really, really good. Let's hope you can crack the eyeliner before then, so it don't look too scary. Absolutely. The other tip: don't use a liquid eyeliner. Use one of these type brushes. Hang on, here you go. I don't really can see that. So yeah, use an angle brush and a little bit of eyeshadow, and use that. It works really, really well. Absolutely works really, really well. So yeah, in fact, I'm just going to add. Do I want to put a little bit of green underneath? I'm going to put a little bit of green underneath, as Kirsty says. Don't forget, by the way, if you are here on this channel, if you look at Kirsty in the live chat, if you're watching this, you will see that Kirsty is actually called Making It Up, and that's because she's got a channel. So do make sure you go and check that channel out. It's called Making It Up. She's got a live stream 8 p.m. UK time every Friday night. She does beauty and makeup with a bit of spooky. Also, have a little look see in the chat. Afflicted Beauty is R. Kelly, not R. Kelly, but R. Kelly. She's got a beauty channel as well. That's really, really cool. So yeah, do go and check that out. Also, have a little look see in the chat. Little Miss Budget. It's literally 3 separate words. Go and have a little look see. So Afflicted Beauty is all one word. Making It Up is spelled MAKE hyphen ing it up. So make as in makeup, ing it up. Little Miss Budget has a beauty channel where she discusses very much affordable beauty, and from some of the brands that I adore, like Makeup Revolution. Oh my God, I love them. Yeah. Now I've done that on a lower lash line. I'm not sure that I like it, but anyway, yeah, it's really good. So I do genuinely like Makeup Revolution products. In fact, hopefully this week I will be finally filming my Makeup Revolution collection. As long as I'm not too poorly and everything is good, I will be able to do that. I quite like it now. Winged that out with the green underneath. Actually, I do like it. I do. So if you are here watching this live, also if you go over to my other channel, which is just called Beyond Authentic, there is a whole thing at the bottom of that of the video from today, which is more friend mail, and it will be going on to all my future videos. If you look at the bottom, there's a whole chunk of text where I link to some amazing channels. So Beauty with Becky Kiss. She was here earlier as well, so go and check that out. And if you just go and have a little look see on the bottom of that video on the playlist, if you click down where it says the description box, where it says show more, scroll right to the bottom, you'll see there's a big block of text. Those are some really, really lovely, genuinely authentic beauty channels that I absolutely adore. On this channel this week, what have we got in store? What's new, Pussycat? I haven't got my cat ears, so I can't sing it. What's new, Pussycat? Whoa, whoa, whoa. I will be filming this week a couple of recipe videos, hopefully, or at least there will definitely be a what we ate this week video. Definitely 100%. So yeah, thank you to everybody who has been here in the live. I'm going to probably go now, everybody, and release the spanners. Release the spanners. Just because I am very, very aware of the time, and I am looking for something that was literally right in front of me. How ridiculous is that? So yeah, thank you so much to the mod squad. Whoever keeps giving me a thumbs up and then taking it off and putting the thumbs down and then putting the thumbs back up again, thank you for doing that in the chat. That's really useful. We did have 8 thumbs up. Now we're down to 7. It keeps fluctuating. So obviously somebody is trying to play silly buggers. But you know, hey ho, it doesn't matter. Thank you very much for trying to troll me. That's good. Do I have any more Star Trekking planned? I do, but we're probably going to do it over on Beyond Authentic Gaming. I know, right? Another channel. So yeah, probably going to be over there on that channel because I think it gets a little bit confusing when I've got so much going on Beyond Authentic, and with this channel, which is all about mental health and physical health, and the weight watching, the weight loss, and all of that, and talking about post COVID. But that's I think I'm going to interview Ruffus. I know that sounds ridiculous, doesn't it? I think I'm going to interview Ruffus. Hi, Jane. Hi, my darling. I'm literally just finishing up, love. I think I'm going to interview Ruffus about his experiences with long COVID and how it's affected him and everything. I think that is something that I will do. There we go. A little bit there, a little bit there. So yeah. Also, there's, as I was talking about other channels just then, go and have a look at Jane Gammons. It's literally written as it is on the screen. Go and have a look at Jane's channel because she does weight loss, but she also does a whole mix of lifestyle, like finding pearls in oysters. That was an amazing video. Things like that, and also just like she vlogs with her other half, Charlie, about life, the universe, and everything. Really, it's a really cool sort of vlog and lifestyle channel, and she does live streams as well. So do make sure you go and check that out. So yeah, go and check out Jane's channel. Jane and I have been watching each other's videos for about 4 years now, ever since back when I was skinnier. I know, right? Jane has watched me go from really fat to average sized back to really fat. She's been with me on my journey, and now I'm going a little bit smaller, Yeah, that's the plan, and hopefully next year, hopefully there'll be things like SlimCon happening again, because that's my goal, is to get as much weight off as I can. I want to go to SlimCon. I want to go and discuss weight loss and all of that stuff. I really do. Oh, Lisa, don't! You're doing amazing. Well, I lost another 2.5 pounds this week. I know, I'm really chuffed. 18 pounds in 9 weeks, so £2 a week on target. That's fine with that. Absolutely fine with that. Yeah, so that's really good. Thank you. Yeah, do go and check out Jane's channel. She does all sorts of stuff. Like she'll go to Tesco's, and then there'll be like a new Hoover. So she'll go and review, and there'll be a whole video about a whole new Hoover, and like talking about why she needed it, and one blew up, or an oven, or something that she's replacing. So it's all it's all very very wholesome, very easy to watch. But also she's got her own little small business, and she does like watch me pack my stuff, and she packs all her orders and does a live stream while she's doing that, which is so just like, it's just like sitting chilling with a friend while they get on with, it's like take your friend to work day. I know it's not a thing, is it? But it should be a thing. And yeah, she does things like that as well. So do check out Jane's channel, and obviously check out all the channels that I've talked about here on the live. So do go and have a little look. See, my little box should be with me any day. Oh, thank you. What's that? That's a lipstick. I nearly put that on my eyes, because that's the only thing I haven't done yet is my mascara. Where's my mascara? Do I want Marc Jacobs? Where's my Marc Jacobs? Where's my Marc Jacobs? Oh, there it is. I've got it. I've got it. I've got it. I've got my Marc Jacobs. Oh, dizzy. Thank you, Jane. Jane's sending me over a package of something. I don't know what she's sending. That'll be another. That'll be another friend mail. Oh, that's lovely. Thank you, Little Miss Budget. Nest there saying in the chat, please remember to press the thumbs up, everyone. Yeah, thank you for that. Also, do please check out Ness's channel, Little Miss Beauty, Little Miss Budget. Jesus. Yeah, go and check out Vanessa's channel, Little Miss Budget. Oh, do you know what? I just suddenly thought, oh, that's like the Mr. Men, isn't it? The Little Misses. I don't think I've ever made that connection before. How stupid is that? Sammy. Oh, yay! Yay, Beauty with Becky Kiss has got her own channel URL sorted out now. That's really cool. Maybe if she's Essex. Oh, that's where Sam is. Sam's looking for the house. No, Kirsty isn't Essex based. So yeah, although we may well be soon, me and Ruffus, yeah, soon. Well, I say soon, like next year. Anyway, thank you very much, everybody. Thank you very much, everybody. Just putting it out there, you've been using the KVD mascara as you're out of the Bad Girl Bang, and you don't like it. Sorry, I know that I like it. I don't mind the KVD one. It isn't my favorite. It's okay. It kind of does the job. It takes a few goings over, though, doesn't it? It does really kind of, you've got to kind of layer it up a little bit. The Marc Jacobs one, the little Lashed Out, I think it's called, at Lashed. Yeah, this one I just find really, really easy to use. I find it really simple. I think kind of one coat, 1.5 coats, and you're kind of good to go. It does the job. Whereas the KVD one can be a little bit tricky. Let me just show you. But I am doing that tournament video soon as well, in amongst a million other things that I'm trying to do. Look at that mascara. You can't see it because my lashes just point forward. You did use that for the name of the channel, yeah. Oh, I had only just, literally only just got the reference. Just then, you could see my brain go, ow. Yeah, just connected. The KVD isn't a match for the Bad Girl Bang, Nick. Don't worry. In fact, I'm not sure what the nearest to it is. For me, Nick's on the rise. Oh, that's cool. I haven't tried the Bad Girl Bang, but maybe I will grab it at some point. Maybe after I've done the tournament. Maybe that's the next thing for me to film, is the tournament series. Once I've done with the finish of the makeup collection, which I'm filming hopefully a little bit later, I will be doing the next part of the makeup collection series, which will be all about Makeup Revolution. Maybe at that point I will also start looking at the tournament. Yeah, it's probably a good idea actually. Oh shit. Right then. Right then, everybody. I've got to say a huge thank you to everybody for joining. Thank you to everybody in the live chat. Thank you to everybody on the replay. Thank you so much to the mods, the lovely Spanish squad. Thank you if you have joined for the first time. Thank you if you have returned. Please do hit that thumbs up button if you haven't already. Please also hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. Please do check me out over on the Beauty and Witchy channel, which is Beyond Authentic. And I will see you on very, very soon. Oh, yeah, as you saw, the KVD mascara on offer on Boots last week and held off. So I'm glad I did if you all don't rate it much. I think it's a for me a slightly above average mascara. So it does the job. It does sometimes take a little bit of layering to do the job. Is it anything amazing? No, but it is quite good in terms of lengthening. I think it's got fibers in it, because it does absolutely seem to noticeably. I'm just trying to get it out now. It does seem to noticeably lengthen it, although it does say it's got volume. It's a volume extreme long wear. Extreme volume long wear. So by volume, that normally means clumping. It doesn't normally clump that much. But yeah, it's okay, the KVD. It's not one that I would rush to buy. I would rather go and get, for the same sort of price, I'd rather go and get 2 of the Makeup Revolution Big Lash, because it's quite similar to that. So yeah, above average, but not the best. In terms of like higher end mascaras, I really do like the Marc Jacobs. Really do like it. Anyway, that is pretty much it from me. I am going to go off. I've got a video that I have to film for Fiverr.com where I'm doing my tarot readings. So I will get that filmed in a second. And I've also got a couple of videos to edit. And I've also got the, hang on. I'm also doing the makeup collection video for this Saturday. So I've got a lot on, basically, a lot on. Hold on. Oh, Jesus. Oh, you got the right. I know. I saw that in the Rocket Box that they had the Marc Jacob. What am I doing? My lips. What am I doing? My lips. Anyway, there we go. That's it. Done ish. I will see you all I will see you all tomorrow over on Kirsty's channel. Well, I won't see you tomorrow, but I will be chatting to you tomorrow. Some of you on what is that lip? I know, right? What the hell have I just done to that? Anyway, it's fine. If you're asking what the lipstick is the JSC in Unicorn Blood. It's an amazingly deep red color. I've got a load more lipsticks that I have been gifted either by Anita or by Kirsty, or that I won in a giveaway, and won in a competition. So yeah, those all going into the collection. But at the moment, because these two are still in my stash, that is what I won. So yeah, it is Unicorn Blood. It's a very, very, very bold red, which I do genuinely like. But I think my lips are a little bit dry today. Anyway, enough chatting. It's 2:25, and yeah, I could just carry on a live stream forever if I don't shut the hell up and go and do other things. So that's what I'm going to go and do. Thank you so much for joining, everybody. I do hope that wherever you are this week, however you find yourself, that you have a very positive mental and physical health. If you are joining us on the weight loss journey, happy slimming. If you are joining us on the mental health journey, then I wish you absolutely strong, positive mental health. I really genuinely do. Whatever you're doing, remember there is a massive community out here of very genuine, very caring people that if you reach out, will absolutely do our best to help and pick each other up and support each other. So yeah, whether that's on my channel or on all of the other channels as well, do please have a little look-see. I didn't see what that was, but yeah, do please have a little look-see and check out the channels. Check out the fantastic authentic armies, we call them, of all of these fabulous like-minded creators who are all in it because they genuinely want to share their experiences, and they genuinely want to give you the best sort of opinions of authentic items and products and things like that that you can try. Oh, we didn't have a positive card. Balls. Right, hang on a second. I'll tell you what I will do. I will give you, here we go. Sorry, that's my fault, because you know what I'm like, my brain. Right, we're going to do this is the Soul and Spirit, your spiritual journey cards. These are like an oracle deck. So we'll do a single card. This is going to be a single card for everybody watching this about how the day can go. So a single card. We have, wow. This is what the card looks like. And it says mystery. Your best acts of kindness are those that no one sees. So yeah, that also includes being kind to yourself. It really genuinely does. So there you go. The best acts of kindness are those that no one sees. So there you go. Little tip for the day, little card for the day. I've actually got to go and fill my tarot card for the day for Instagram. Don't forget, join me on Instagram, Beyond Authentic Health. Join me on Instagram on Beyond Authentic as well for witchy wacky, alternative-y stuff. Also join me on the TikTok at Beyond Authentic and just on the socials. That's it. I'm going. Love you all very, very much. Thank you so much to everybody for watching. See you on the replay. If you're watching on the replay, I'll try and remember to put timestamps in, but you know that's really hard on these because I don't really talk about much. I talk about everything, but nothing. But hey, that's me gone. Love you all. See you all very soon. Don't forget, Kirsty, 5 p.m. Jesus Christ, 8 p.m. UK time over on Making Up. I'm back on Beyond Authentic Health on Sunday at 7 p.m. No, I'm not. I'm back on Beyond Authentic on Sunday at 7 p.m. for a Self-Care Sunday with an hour of tarot. So if you fancy a free tarot reading, do pop over there and come and join me from 7 p.m. UK time for about till about 9:15. Anyway, that is it from me today. Thank you so much to the amazing Spanish squad. Thank you to everybody for joining, watching, and yeah, I will see you all in the socials. Take care, everyone. Bye bye. Awkward wave. Awkward wave. Awkward wave. Oh, royal wave. Just because.